Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. I'm good. We're a little bit later than normal tonight just because I was over on BX Beast Boys channel. We were just chatting, had a fun chat over there. And so the show was necessarily later than normal. Same will probably happen tomorrow as I'm supposed to be over with Frosted Glass. Just make sure you're following and, uh, pray that the YouTube gods will actually tell you where we're at. Anyway, so thanks for coming by. Let's get into the nonsense, shall we? Should we start with just some utter nonsense? Start with just like, are you kidding me kind of thing? Um, oh, hold on just a moment. I have an alert that I need to go check out. Apparently the alerts are working tonight. That's awesome. Always nice when that happens. Load up, damn it. I'm trying to kill time. There we go. Jordan, thank you so much. I was doing some work in the basement and found a fucking bat. Any ideas, Monk? Throw it outside. That's what I did. That's what I did. Make sure it's alive when you leave. In all seriousness, make sure you don't kill it if you're not allowed to in your state. Bats are protected in most states. Did y'all know that shit? I did. That's why I did not kill the bat when it was in my house. Oh, you know what? Before we begin, hang on. Where'd that go? There it is. Now, I'm not sure what name I am supposed to use. I'm really not. So I'm going with new game. New game. It's your birthday. This is for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear new game. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. You know who you are. There's like 3 different names I could have chose from here, but that was the top name, so that's what I went with. Happy birthday. Hope you have a great one. Starlink? Oh yeah, it is. Sorry about that. That was just to make Beast Boy. And then I turned it to Starlink just to upload the little 10-second video that runs at the beginning of Rumble. And I forgot to change it back. Thank you, Chicago Mike. God bless. Anyway, hope you have a great birthday out there. And love you guys. Let's jump right into the ridiculousness. The ridiculousness that is Miss Taylor Lorenz. So there's a whole bunch of people pissed, just mad as a motherfucker because Twitter is banning people. Oh my God, they're banning people. They're banning people who have violent content and who are, even though they were just told not to be doing it anymore, sharing the exact location of Elon Musk's plane. Buddha, thank you so much. Trump has done more than embarrassing. Oh God, we'll get to that too. That was almost what I made the thumbnail, and maybe I'll change it later. I was in a hurry and wasn't paying attention. We'll get to Trump's. Oh God, the NFTs, those are so bad. Before we get there, let me make sure I shared audio on this because I'm always quite sure I do. All right, audio share. I can see it. There we go. Anyway, you might notice some familiar faces. This is Ben Collins. He's that douchebag from NBC. You have Taylor Lorenz, Brian Stelter. They're all mad because there's people getting in trouble and actually getting kicked off. And all they do is, well, they follow around people who they claim are right wing and dox them and tell people where they're at in real time. That's what they do. But you're not supposed to do that kind of thing. But Miss Taylor Lorenz,
Taylor, I feel like you probably know some things about this. Like I was talking about you particularly earlier, because one of the sort of like literal product level things that's going on with Twitter is that like there's no moderation or whatever in what's going on in the trending topics. And yesterday, your name was a trending topic in a way that was inciting harassment of you. And like in a properly moderated technology platform, that shouldn't have happened, right?
All right. So if you missed it there, Taylor, somebody had her trending and it wasn't in a nice way. Thank you, tall person over on the Rumble. Says, Happy National Chocolate Covered Anything Day. Anything? I feel like that's a little too vague. It's a little too vague in my opinion, but happy National Covered in Anything to you as well. Yeah, I should keep it over on the Rumble side since I have the video up and I can do that. All right. And thank you, tall person, for that. Taylor, in a properly moderated social thing, it shouldn't have been like that where they were mean to you. Now, I got to be honest with you. I didn't see why she was trending yesterday. I saw her talk about it. Literally, it's the only person I saw talk about it. And why does this still say? I got to fix that. Anyway, shit, I forgot what I was talking about. I just got distracted. I am the most professional, least professional monkey you'll ever find anywhere. Oh yeah, they were being mean to her, and her name trended in a way that shouldn't have. I've been trying to figure out what it was, but I can't. So Taylor Lorenz was trending, and she's going to tell us all about how mean it is out there on the Twitter sphere.
Yeah, I mean, I think the trending topics, the incentive, like the whole way trending topics works, is definitely fundamentally broken. And
you mean by having things that actually trend? Yeah, that's fundamentally broken. It should be curated by people with a political agenda, like it used to be, right, Taylor?
it's just so rich to hear him complain about doxing and harassment. I mean,
okay, she's talking about Elon Musk. It's rich, him talking about doxing and harassment. The car his child was in was stopped by another car that cut them off, and the driver got out and got on his hood. That's different than people calling you a cunt. Okay?
I am doxed and harassed constantly on this app. And I mean, I don't, that doesn't mean that I think everything needs to be moderated more heavily, but I do think users deserve more control over their own experience.
What more control do you need? You can literally block anyone who says anything you don't like. What more control do you need, Taylor? I mean, besides all the controls. I know that's what you really want. But wait for it, guys. The best part is coming up. Eagle says, I can't understand why they don't see the irony in this. I do, but, well, you know why. Because when it's their side doing it, it's no big deal. Literally, one of the accounts I saw banned today is an account who says they had a tweet that said something to the effect of, if you want to get started in the Antifa movement, start here. And it links to a document that tells you violence is necessary. That's who got kicked off. Violence is necessary. There's no having to dig around and say like, does saying patriot mean people at 1-6? No, that you didn't have to do any of that. They literally linked to violence, saying violence is something you need to do. Thank you, Chicago Mike. Hi, I'm Taylor, and I'm a professional victim. Indeed. Don't forget that, by the way, thank you for the donation, Chicago Mike. Don't forget that she has the long COVID. She has the long COVID. So if you guys are being mean to Taylor Lorenz out there, you are picking on a cripple. She's actually tried to convince people that she's disabled now because she has the long COVID. Hope everyone is having an awesome night. Oh, Bran, I'm having a great night. Great night. Hope you are too.
It's just weird because definitely in the past few weeks, for instance, people tweeting out stuff like information about my family or all of the stuff that's been used to target my family directly in the past. Like
Where? I don't want to see it, but any actual proof would be fine.
Reported it and the reports go nowhere. Like the tweets go nowhere. No, it doesn't seem like the woman that I used to reach out to when this stuff happened at Twitter has been let go from Twitter.
Did you catch that? She's reporting this stuff and nothing is happening because her little buddy at Twitter that used to make shit happen for her isn't there anymore. Ain't that a bitch? My account is suspended because of twats like you, and I can't get anybody to listen. Never could get anybody to listen. even when it was like child porn, like, please take this down. It was like pulling teeth to get anybody to even consider it. And you're mad because people are making, let's be honest, Taylor, let's be honest for a minute. Let's just be honest for 1 minute. You're mad that people are pointing out that you're like 80. That's what you get mad about. That's what you're trying to get taken down. So stop it. Stop pretending that this, oh my God, they're saying this stuff about my family. Taylor, didn't you pretty much dox all of Chaka's family? All of Libs of TikTok's family? Wasn't that you? Didn't you go to their house and knock on the door and wasn't that you? Didn't you put Chaka a link to where she works in the original story? You took it out and pretend that never happened. But wasn't that you? I'm almost positive that was you. I mean, it was in a story under your name. Maybe that was like the title that the Washington Post sometimes apparently. Remember with Amber Heard? I didn't choose the title of that story. Maybe that's what happened. It was somebody at the Washington Post who posted under Taylor's name. Maybe. This doxing bitch has the nerve to be up here complaining that she doesn't have her little special friend, I guess is how I want to say it, her little special friend to make sure that nothing bad is ever said about her dumbass again. That must be hard. That must be real hard, Taylor.
And I just hear this from a lot of people. So I feel like Elon is very...
Oh, wait. You don't have your special friend anymore, and you're hearing that from a lot of people. Would that be the people in this call? People like Brian Stelter and Ben Collins? Would it be those kind of people? The people who had special access, the kind of people who could pay that $15,000 fee to get your little blue check mark? Those kind of people? And you guys don't have your little special friends anymore, huh? No, Frosted, no. Not that I'm aware. Why? What did you see? Uh-oh, I'll have to check. Anyway.
Very focused on his own experience, but for the rest of us, it's definitely become a less safe platform.
Oh, poor Taylor. That must really suck. And look, I'm not for anybody doxing her. Leave this woman alone, other than poke some fun at her because she deserves that. But I'm sorry. I don't care that you no longer have your special little friend at Twitter who you can call up and have people punished for things that aren't actually against the rules. I don't care about that. You are a doxing, lying bitch. You've been caught lying. You've been caught lying repeatedly. One of my favorites was actually reshared today. Did I? I think I retweeted that out. Where Taylor at one point claims that she had this really, how do we say it? Privileged upbringing. And then in the next minute, yeah, here we go. This is this is Miss Taylor telling us about how she was. I had a privileged upbringing, you guys. I did. So it starts off like this. Before you Google, I went to a small private Swiss boarding school. Tuition is $90K. Being surrounded by privileged only highlighted the immense disparity between what I grew up with and what others didn't. It's why it is so important to understand personal experiences are not universal. Huh. Try tagging your cousin. It seems like the account's still up, bud. At Ranting Monkey 422. That's his thing. At Angry Monkey 422. Anyway, this is from March 9th of 2020. I went to a small private boarding school. Tuition is $90,000. Keep that in mind. This is in March of 2020. I went to a public school my entire life. Aside from a short study abroad semester program for U.S. students that in zero ways cost $90K, LOL. I have zero family in Connecticut. You people just make up fan fiction about my life. December 14th, 2022. Are they making up stories about your life? Or did you? Because this really seems like, it was you. It's your own damn words. Taylor Lorenz, at Taylor Lorenz. Let's see. Taylor Lorenz, at Taylor Lorenz. She finally took off subscribe to my Substack. That's been her name for a while. I think she got caught in the giant penis thing where she changed that to her name and couldn't undo it. But anyway, I mean, it's literally her lying. You lied. Either you lied when you said you went to the school, or you're lying now that you're saying you didn't go to the school. Either way, you clearly lied. You cannot have these two things exist at the same time. I had issues tagging Angry Monkey 2. Just went to his Twitter from an old notification, copied it. Oh, maybe my cousin's in a little bit of trouble over there on the Twitter machine. I have no idea, to be honest. Maybe I'm a little bit shadow banned at the moment. I shouldn't be. I didn't do anything mean. I didn't do nothing wrong. I mean, I've done wrong before, but I didn't this time. All right, guys, we're going to jump into the main story here because this is ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Just manually tagged your cousin in a response to a tweet. Oh, cool. All right. I will check that out. But I don't know why it's acting up. It might just be some craziness going on with Twitter right now. Okay. Guys, I don't know if you saw this story, but I really wish Jack was here for this because I feel like Jack would lose his mind. We got some information about how the RNC was spending its money. We know that they weren't spending it on Senate candidates, at least not as much as they should have been. Exclusive analysis of the RNC spending since 2017 shows millions were spent on private jets, limousines, luxury retreats, and Broadway shows. Yeah, okay. This is what the hell's her name? I forget her name. She's the head of the RNC right now. Back in 2010, RNC chair Michael Steele was heavily criticized and eventually lost his position because donors were angry about what they believed was luxurious spending on private jets, floral arrangements, chauffeur service, and member meetings in expensive tropical locales. I mean, that's a fair thing to be pissed off about. Rona McDaniel, thank you, Addie. Thank you, Rona McDaniel. Donors were used to frugality from the RNC under the George W. Bush administration when Karl Rove would bitch if there were flowers on tables and staff holiday parties were catered by Chick-fil-A. I'll be honest with you. I've been to some staff parties where they like take us to we went to I think it was a casino, and they had a nice area for you to have food. And they had it was all right. It was okay. I would have much rather it had been Chick-fil-A, if I'm being honest, though. Keldrick, thank you. The RNC is just trying to lose at this point. It certainly kind of seems that way. But thank you for the donation, Keldrick. Despite Joe Biden's economy and 3 straight cycles of election losses, the RNC big spending days are back with a vengeance. Perhaps because of the losses, both RNC donors and committee members are intensely interested in the committee's finances, particularly the spending. Again, we've talked about this many, many times, about how they're not actually spending on their candidates. It's like, well, where'd all the money go? Well, I'm glad you asked. Last week, Red State was provided a report dated October 7th, 2022 that examined the RNC's 2021 to 2022 spending. It calculated more than $500,000 in private jet expenses, $64,000 at clothing retailers, and the one that blew me away, this is 1 year, 1 fucking year, $321,000 in floral arrangements. I wonder how much better some of the candidates out there would have done with that $300,000. And here we go. We have luxury travel 50 different times, for $1.364 million, an average payout of $27,000 every time they traveled. It's the average. Private jets, this doesn't count the private jets, you guys. 14 times, $500,000, an average payout of $36,000. Floral arrangements, 279 times, $320,000 total for an average of $1,152.94. $1,152.94 of floral arrangements 279 times. And you have to realize some of those are going to be smaller than others. Lindsey Graham ordered all of those arrangements. I was going to make a joke about how a woman's in charge and they're spending so much money on flowers. But again, like this story said, Richard Steele did it too when he was in charge. I don't know what they're spending all the fucking flower money on. I really don't. Let's see. Home improvement and decor, 201 for 165,000, total of $852 per disbursement. Entertainment, 34 times for $75,000 or $2,227 per. Food and beverage delivery, 129 times for $65,000 or $507 each time. It's on your screen. It's ridiculous spending. Vehicles and other maintenance, 3 times for an average of $1,650. Total, they had 1,082 disbursements for $2.66 million, or an average payout of $2,466. This is what they're spending their money on. Hey, Nuts, how you doing? This is, look, you have to spend some money, right? You can't not spend money. You don't need to spend $300,000 on flowers in a year. What the fuck? 279 times. What is that? Once every 18 hours for the year? Is that what it comes out to? Once every 18-ish hours, they got brand new flowers. No, man, sorry, once every about 36 hours, 36, because it's about a day and a half. Every day and a half, they got brand new flowers somewhere for an average payout of $1,152. Imagine how much better somebody like Dr. Oz might have been able to do with a little bit more money, or even Herschel Walker. Look, they're bad candidates, I agree, but imagine if they had a little bit more of that spending. Imagine the guy out there in Nevada, the guy who came a little bit close for a while until the mail-in votes came in. Imagine how much better the Senate candidates could have done if they had the backing of the RNC. If the RNC wasn't out there floral decorating. To determine how that compared to the rest of Ronna McDaniel's tenure, Red State examined RNC expenditures from 2017 to 2022. In addition to a review of Federal Election Commission's data, Red State spoke with current vendors, state party officials familiar with the workings, former staff members, some from McDaniel's tenure and some who worked for prior chairs, and several current RNC members to verify numbers and dates. Most were only willing to discuss these matters on background, and all were promised anonymity to avoid potential retaliation. It's difficult to accurately categorize all of the expenditures because a significant number of transactions seem to be misclassified. For example, nearly $5,000 was spent in 2022 at Lululemon, a luxury athletic apparel brand. It was classified as office expenses, as were 2 expenditures totaling $9,300 at Madison Square Garden. $9,300 office expenses at Madison Square Garden. I don't know about you guys. I've never been to Madison Square Garden. Maybe they have a nice office store in there. Maybe they got like a mini Staples or something. But I feel like there's better places to go buy your office supplies. $9,300 at Madison Square Gardens for office. It is almost like maybe they're cooking the books a little bit here. I'm just throwing that out there. Our review found that the amount spent during the 2021-2022 election cycle seemed to have been par for the course and possibly even lower than previous portions of McDaniel's tenure. According to FCC filings, since 2017, the RNC has spent $3 million on private jets, $1.3 million on limousines, $17.1 on donor mementos. $17 million on donor mementos. $750,000 on floral arrangements. Now, this is an interesting one because they said, it seems to be about the same. No. This is from 2017 until present day. Almost half of that floral budget is just in the last year. Just in the last year. $80,000 in alcohol-related expenditures. Somebody was having parties. Somebody had an open bar. Nearly $400,000 has been spent on event tickets and other entertainment activities, including $30,000 for a private box at a Los Angeles Raiders game. They spent $30,000 on a box for one game. $13,000 for Broadway shows, $9,400 at Madison Square Garden, and $43,000 at top golf locations in Texas, Nevada, Virginia, and Maryland. All right. According to a senior staffer of the private box, mementos equal payoff. Well, these were for people for big donors. These big donors are giving them money, to help candidates and stuff. They spent $17 million of that on mementos. And they tell us a little bit later in the article what the mementos were. I think it's under the break right there. Thank you, Alan, coming through with the $1. Hello. I appreciate it. The donation with no message. I don't think you can give a message with that amount, right? Is that what it is, YouTube? I still think that's stupid. Any donation amount, people should be able to say hi. I don't mind that you have to donate more to say more. All right. But any amount should be enough to say something, you asswipes. Anyhow. According to a senior staffer, the private box Raiders game was part of a retreat for senior staff members. RNC funds were also used to fly the senior staffers and their plus ones first class to Las Vegas for their hotel rooms, food, and alcohol, the staffer said. For real? John Migda, thank you so much. No, Monkey, they really needed those flowers. Maybe they were trying to encourage bees. I don't know. I have no idea. Hi, Carrier. Thank you so much for the donation with no message. I appreciate it. The mementos, man. Anyway, senior staff retreats were also held at the Salamander Resort and Spa in Virginia in 2021 and 2022, according to another staffer. A national committee member says that at the 2021 retreat, held from March 19th through the 21st, 30 senior staffers and their families attended, and the RNC paid for Katie Walsh and Mike Shields to speak to the group. I do not know who those people are. No idea. But apparently they paid for it. FEC reporting shows that the RNC paid $260,000 to the resort in 2021 and 2022, classified as travel expenses and venue rental and catering. They spent how much? Are you for fucking real? And they're like, what? What we did? I'm sorry, Jack. I didn't hear you come in. Hi, bud. How you doing tonight?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good, man. Have you been listening to this? Because I feel like this is a story that's going to raise your blood pressure.
Yeah, I caught the last couple of minutes. I had to. I was getting dinner ready. Didn't realize you were live because I don't pay close attention.
Because I send the link when you make dinner. You should just check for a link when you make dinner.
Yeah, as soon as I set the microwave, I should be checking Twitter.
It's not on purpose, guys. I'm not watching, Jack. It just always happens.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, my sister calls when I'm in the bathroom. and you send me links when I'm eating.
So I'm the way in, she's the way out.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, Jack, we're talking. Well, how you doing today? You having a good day?
Yeah, I figured out what was wrong with my computer the other day.
Cool.
Turned out when Windows decides to update now, it just fucks up my entire system.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so, and I talked to a buddy of mine who used to work for Geek Squad, and I was like, hey, man, is this supposed to happen? He's like, with your ancient piece of shit? Yes.
Nice.
So that was reassuring. That was kind of how my day's been going. Otherwise, yeah, mostly spent some time hanging out with my folks, falling asleep in their chair, and went to the comic shop. So that's about it. How you doing?
Pretty good. Before the show, I was over with BX Beast Boy, and we just had a really good conversation.
Oh, good.
Talked sports, talked YouTube. Yeah, just a fun conversation.
Oh, good. Hey, did he say how his kid's doing? Is Hunter raising him okay?
No, we didn't talk about his kids.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering, you got to make sure that Hunter's not like ignoring his children.
Well, we're coming up to tax season. I don't know how he's claiming them, so we might want to be quiet about him.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Movies, yep. We talked a little bit about movies. It was a good conversation. It looks like he took it down, or I was on the wrong channel when I went to look at where it's at. Hopefully he'll put it back up, because, yeah, it was just a lot of fun.
Yeah, he's probably going to cut it up for segments or whatever.
I hope he cuts up the part where I'm bitching about how MMA, they need to at least change the name of some of the things, because it's a little gay sounding.
It's a little gay looking. It's just grappling and ground and pound. Kind of fits for their gay theme.
Mounting, rear naked chokes. Yeah, there's a whole lot of little gay in there. But anyway, let's get back to the RNC ridiculously misusing their funds. This one here that they're talking about at the Salamander Resort and Spa in Virginia, I don't know what that is. I've never seen it. I'm sure it's a very nice place. $260,000 over 2 years, so it's $130,000 each year for 30 people and their families to go hang out at this joint.
Jesus Christ! No wonder. From what I've heard of this, from what you're reading, it's no wonder they're losing.
Mm-hmm.
And these people just seem to really love spending money. And Rona McDaniel should definitely lose her job. I'm glad she's getting flowers every other day, but that's kind of her husband's job, not at taxpayers.
Well, in fairness, this is donors. This is donor money.
No, but before you said they were spending all that money on flowers.
Yeah, but it's not taxpayers who are funding that. It's donors who are funding.
Well, we're all the donors are taxpayers. So, and that's an even bigger embarrassment that they're spending donor money doing this.
These are people who are giving that money to try to help Republicans win, and these assholes are spending $320,000 on flowers 279 times in 1 year.
That's ridiculous. And to your point earlier with the Chick-fil-A, that is a good way to go, because Chick-fil-A is delicious.
Yes, it is.
But you put somebody like my dad in charge of this operation, that'll be a goddamn potluck.
Yeah, do a potluck. It's a great way to do those.
Yeah, he'll be like, we're not wasting that kind of money on food. That's outrageous. Everybody bring a dish.
Shit, have a pizza party.
Yeah.
But no, these motherfuckers, anyway. Let's get back to a couple of these expenditures here, Jack, because I want to get down to the mementos, which are I think it's coming up here.
I feel like this is going to be the movie Memento.
It's been a while since I read this, so I don't remember exactly which part it's in, but I know it's in here. The dates of the various entertainment expenditures were provided to former staffers and national committee members who confirmed that there were no donor events or other official RNC events occurring at those times. In other words, there was no reason to be doing this. This was just to give these top 30 executives at the RNC a nice vacation. with donor money. Under the current leadership, the RNC has spent more than $150,000 on what can be considered non-essential office expenses, including $25,000 on Commonwealth Joe coffee. Now, I saw this because the woman who wrote this article for Red State here, she was on Charlie Kirk's show. I don't watch that. It popped up in my feed, so I did watch for a little while. I cannot stand Charlie Kirk. Oh my God. How do you guys watch him? But she mentioned this, okay? She said, you know, it's good coffee and that's not a horrible thing, but every time she said she talked to staffers, they said the same thing. Every event they've ever been to, there's just Keurig machines with the little cups. So they're not sure who's getting $25,000 of this Commonwealth Joe's coffee.
I bet that they're giving them in like gift baskets to each other, like the senior staff are getting these in gift baskets.
Well, it is possible that the senior staff are the only ones getting it like delivered to them every morning or something.
Yeah, they're getting like monthly subscription things to them as gifts. This really, like Faithless said, this sounds like embezzlement of some kind.
Oh, it really does, especially the part up top where they were talking about office supplies being picked up at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, office supplies like concert tickets and T-shirts.
Yeah, that's how you decorate your office, right?
Oh yeah, I mean clearly it's just a thing you do.
Anyway, so these are the non-essential expenses. $7,000 on cupcakes, nearly $7,000 on candles and diffusers, $75,000 total at Pottery Barn, West Elm, Restoration Hardware, and Crate and Barrel. Thank you, Snubber. Would think Republicans would learn how precocious their position is. They can't be doing this with the deck stacked against them. I mean, they will defend pedos just in fear out of giving GOP ammunition. Here's the problem. Positions of power attract shitbags. They just do.
Yeah.
So I hear you, and you're not wrong that they can't afford this. We saw in the election that they couldn't afford this. Imagine that just the flour budget spent on several other of the candidates running for the House. They could have had a much bigger majority there. But no, they're spending it on fucking flowers so Rona can have fresh ones every day and a half. Thank you, Frosted. Elon's wasted money sense is tingling right now, right? Precarious. I'm sorry, I said precocious, didn't I? Yeah.
Yes, you did. Weird.
Not bad. Look, I got the word wrong twice. I'm not above doing that.
Third time's a charm, though. Don't worry.
I did get it. I got it right the third time.
Yeah, see?
Precarious. And I can even say that word. It's just I wasn't paying enough attention. That was my bad. I was reading too fast. All right. Where are we? In addition, the committee's FEC report shows expenditures totaling $831,000 classified as furniture expenses during the same time frame. More than $250,000, much more than $250,000 on furniture. Apparently, Rona needed a new office design.
I guess so.
What does the DNC spend their money on? Oh, well, they will mention at least a little bit of that later on in the article. More than $100,000 was spent at high-end clothing stores such as Robach, REI, Nordstrom, Vineyard Vines, FootJoy, Ralph Lauren, Carhartt, and Smathers and Branson. Why is the RNC buying clothing?
This is somebody's personal or corporate credit card, and they went on a shopping spree.
Yeah, well, again, looks like embezzlement.
Yeah, absolutely.
$100,000 on clothing in a year? Rona needed a new pair of shoes, man.
I guess.
She needed a new pair of shoes and flowers because She's fat and ugly. You need to feel better about herself. An RNC vendor tells Red State that the Vineyard Vines expenses, $12,000, was likely for embroidered jackets for RNC staff that they recently received.
Waste of money.
12 grand on embroidered jackets.
First of all, that's a lot of embroidered jackets. Second of all, that's a goddamn waste of money.
According to the financials, the RNC is quite generous to its donors. Here we go, guys. Spending $17 million on donor mementos and possibly more during McDaniel's tenure. Custom pins with legendary DC jeweler Ann Hand and Christmas ornaments from Kmart. Is that Kmart? How are you supposed to say that? Kmart? Kmart?
How's it spelled?
Chemart.
Charmart?
Yeah, I don't know. The company makes the White House Christmas ornaments are listed as donor memento expenses, but the financials also include $65,000 in office supplies from Ann Hand and $28,000 from Kmart. So they're also buying they're buying office supplies at the place that makes Christmas ornaments. And here they are right here, guys. These are the ornaments and pins that these idiots ordered. This pin right here, $375,000.
Fucking ridiculous.
Oh, sorry, $375. Whoops, I added 1,000 in there. That's ugly as shit, first of all.
Yeah, it's gaudy.
And second of all, these people are already giving you money. Why? Never mind. The records. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm already mad.
The records also include more than $100,000 in hair and makeup services and dry cleaning expenses, which presumably are for McDaniel's media appearances and wardrobe. Dry cleaning expenses are categorized mainly as office supplies or travel expenses, while the hair and makeup services are categorized as media preparation. Well, at least the last one makes sense. I mean, I don't see how dry cleaning is an office supply. Maybe it's just, am I wrong on that? Did I lose you? Oh, you're muted. Never mind. Over on the Streamlabs, thank you so very much. Load up, bitch. There we go. Thank you, Spartan John, for that feminist $12. Hey, Monk, I can't listen since I'm in the hospital with my wife, but could I get a birthday song for my newborn son, Anton? Much appreciated. Spartan John, congratulations to you and the missus. That is fucking awesome. Congratulations. And Anton, welcome to the world. This one's for you, little guy. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
to you.
Happy birthday to
Anton.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, little guy. Welcome to the world. I hope you like what we've done with it. Although I'm not positive on that.
There will be flowers, apparently.
There will be flowers. Happy birthday, little guy. Welcome to the world. And Spartan John, you and the missus, seriously, congratulations. That's fucking awesome.
Absolutely. Hope everybody's doing well.
Oh, indeed. All right.
Real quick before you get too far away from
please.
Thank you, Evolved Potato. Keith Olbermann got suspended on Twitter for telling people to post the real-time location of Elon's jet. Now he's complaining on another account because Elon said he supported free speech.
Yeah, that's something I hope to get to with the Twitter bans coming up here in a little bit. A lot of these little shitbags who got banned and are bitching about it is because they did that exact same thing when Elon came out and said, hey, this is the rule.
Yeah, it's not an unreasonable rule. I don't know why they're freaking out other than to be babies.
Yeah, these are people who are like, oh my God, if you're mean to me, that is like basically causing violence. People are going to be mean to me. And this is, again, the reason for this. I have no doubt that Elon would have let this keep going on because he has. But his kid was in a car that somebody blocks off and jumps on the fucking hood. This is a real issue. And he still said, you can do it a little bit later, just not in real time. Anyway, Snubber, thank you. Twitter journos had a space and supposedly Elon went into it to be a fly on that wall. The stuff that we watched earlier about from Taylor Lorenz, I'm pretty sure that's the space you're talking about.
Oh, boo-hoo. Poor Taylor. Such a victim.
Ari,
thank you.
real quick, Ari Jacob was in there. She got kicked out.
Surprise. Thank you, Spartan John, for that feminist donation. Hey, Jack, just sharing the love. Appreciate all the entertainment, encouraging words. Hey, dude, no problem. Thank you for the donation, but seriously, hope your kid and your wife are doing well and you are doing well. And I hope you guys have a really good time and everybody's discharged soon so you can get to be in a big family.
Amen. Amen. All right, let's get back to the RNC
yet.
Wasting money.
We can't just yet because it's Dixie Rose's birthday, too.
Dixie, this one is for you, and a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday
to
Dixie Rose.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday. Hope you have a good one because their birthday just started.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. All right. Now, let's get back to the shitbags. You know what? It always feels bad when we're having a good time. I mean, we have a birth, we have a birthday, and then we got to go back to shitbags.
Yeah, but it does help break it up a little bit with a little bit of happiness.
My point being, I like the happiness. This shit, I don't want to be reporting on bad people.
Dude, that's all that's in the news lately.
I know. It's all the news ever is bad people. That's why I like birthday songs, because you're right. It breaks it up. It gives us a moment to be happy about the world instead of how the world is.
Yeah.
Crowder leaving the Blaze is interesting. It is, and the way he was kind of cagey about it is also interesting.
Oh, when did this happen?
Today.
Oh, that was sudden.
Well, he's been building up to it. I mean, he's been saying for a week now, guys, that he's going to have a big announcement, and it kind of sounded like, I mean, there's not a lot of other things he could have really been doing. But he's breaking off from the Blaze. He's not sure where Mug Club is going to be. Oddly enough, he's not going to be hosting it himself. I expected that to be something like a Dave Rubin kind of thing. Instead, he's just kind of homeless.
Well, Crowder will pull himself up, I'm sure.
Sure. Chauncey says, I think Crowder wants more of a cut of the subscription. I don't doubt it, and he probably deserves it.
Yeah, he's a big name over there.
Crowder seemed a bit upset when he announced it. He did. He didn't. This was not like, yay, we're leaving. This was more like It's a really weird thing to watch. Check it out, guys. It's on YouTube. His show from today.
It sounds like Beck might be kind of hard to work with because he is so super religious.
Yeah, I could see that. But Crowder's a religious guy.
Yeah, but he's not a Mormon.
I think it probably comes down to the money part.
It wouldn't surprise me.
If his numbers from today are correct, about 300,000 of the subscribers over there come from him.
Oof.
At least 300,000, and you're talking about $100 a pop. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, I don't know.
Oh, the Blaze has kind of been bleeding talent for the last couple of years because
they really have.
Left too.
Quartering helped him with his website last night. Yeah, he's got a website set up where you can put in your email address. It's not going to be used for anything other than telling you where the show is going to be when they eventually find a home. That's the only thing they're setting it up for. But it crashed repeatedly, so the Quartering spent last night helping him get it set up properly, which is cool.
Yeah. Kind of surprised Jeremy did that.
And Stephen was nice enough to not just call him out, but do it repeatedly. So yeah, good on them.
Yeah.
Look, whatever you think. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I just said hi to Becca in chat.
Whatever you think of Jeremy and the Quartering, look, you guys know I'm not the biggest fan, but he does seem very helpful to people when they're having problems. So good on him for being that guy. You can think he does it for clout. You can think whatever the reason why he does it, but he really does seem to help people out. So good on him for doing that. How do they not know how to hire a server? Well, what Steven said is that they did, and they even asked the guys, this will handle everything we need, right? And they told him yes, and it just didn't work. So if you've never done it before, if you've always relied on somebody else doing that kind of stuff, why would you? It can be anytime you go into something new, got to learn. Anyway, let's move back to the assholes over on our screen over here. Let's talk. Jack, this is important. The RNC, you and I talked about this, especially you. You were mad as fuck. We talked about how they did not spend money in a way that made much sense. It seemed like they were trying to lose the election. And it turns out it's not that. They were just spending all their money on flowers. Are you still here? Did you leave?
Yeah, I'm finishing my lunch.
Oh, he's chewing. That's my bad. I don't have that. See, I have it so I can actually watch Rumble and YouTube at the same time, which means I can't watch you and me.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been muting myself so I can finish my salad. It was
Whoopsie.
delicious. You don't like listening to chewing on stream.
No,
like
I don't.
Grown
No,
up
no,
or
no.
whatever. Professionalism, what the fuck? No, you're exactly right. And it looks like I have no doubt Mitch McConnell wanted Murkowski to win, so he took a bunch of money away. The RNC had to have gone along with that, and apparently this vast spending spree probably had a lot to do with that. So fuck these people. Ronna McDaniel should lose her job.
Well, they are trying to get somebody else in there to the head of the RNC. We'll see what happens with that. But anyway, somebody asked earlier about how the RNC was spending, or how the DNC was spending. Here you go. For perspective, the Democratic National Committee has spent $1.5 million on donor gifts, $35,000 on private jets, and only $1,000 on floral arrangements during the 2021-2022 election cycle. So let's compare those. 17 million versus 1.5 million for donor gifts. The RNC spent $15 million more.
Yeah, and that's ridiculous. How much does it cost to make a little plaque? How much does little YouTube plaques cost?
The RNC spent $300,000 more on flowers. That's ridiculous. Can you imagine $15 million being put into? Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm hiccuping. Or $15 million being put into getting people elected? How much would that have changed this election?
Quite a bit. It could have made the difference for Blake Masters or Lee Zeldin or a half a dozen other candidates.
Yeah. But no, they're wasting this shit on, let's be honest, with the flowers on themselves.
Mm-hmm. All this shit looks like it's for behind the scenes stuff. I'd be willing to bet that flowers is like some code fake company for a drug dealer so they could get blow.
It was poppies.
Yeah, it was. Oh, feel the poppies. I'm so tired. I should order some stuff off Amazon with the corporate card for the office,
To be fair, what can you get the Silicon Valley billionaires that are donating to Dems? The idea when you do that is not to actually give them something major. It's a little bauble that they can go show off to people. That's it.
Yeah, you give them a little plaque they can put in a curio cabinet and be like, see, I'm a major donor. It's a major award.
You get them a nice keychain.
Yeah, you get them a leg lamp. Be fine. Little plaque, plaques cost like $30 to make. Like, you go to the place that makes bowling trophies, get a little plaque made up and send it out with a nice handwritten letter or a nice thank you letter signed by the chairman or whatever, wherever stamped, and move on with your fucking day. You don't spend this kind of cash on that. What the hell are you idiots doing?
Eagle says this is infuriating. You're not wrong. Longtime RNC committee members who spoke with Red State said that other than during Michael Steele's time as chair, it has not been standard practice for the chair to use private jet or chauffeur services. Well, you can't expect Rona to live like a peasant, can you?
Apparently not.
Have to drive her own car. Oh my God, are you insane?
Drive. Oh my God. Look, I don't have such a problem with the car service things. That's to kind of be expected. These people are egomaniacs. It's the millions of dollars that they're pissing away on dumb shit.
Well, I hear you, but again, except for Michael Steele, nobody else has done this.
Wow.
And if we go back to the top, what was the expenditure on what was it for car service? We have luxury travel, $1 million, private jets, $500,000.
Wow. That is really high.
Yeah. Over her tenure from 2017, $3 million spent on private jets, 1.3 on limousine services, and $750,000, $750,000 on flowers.
That's the one that really chafes me. What do you need all that crap for?
She's a pretty, pretty princess.
I'm a princess. I'm owed. A
committee member who spoke to Red State on the condition of anonymity, of course,
naturally
said, "We are only provided with top-line financial numbers during our meetings with no specificity, and when I've asked the budget chair for more information, he has been unable to provide it." The member added that there is general frustration about the lack of financial transparency among committee members, but that members who demand more information are labeled as troublemakers.
Ba-ba-bum.
Major donors who are learning of the expenditures are understandably upset about how their contributions are being spent. Country music star and RNC donor John Rich, who's been openly critical of the RNC expenditures and of McDaniel herself, tells Red State, this is a quote, "The leadership of the RNC has taken advantage of millions of regular, everyday conservatives by pretending to support patriots. To support what patriots support." I can't read this. And not because I can't read. He goes into here about some election stuff, so I cannot read it. I'll leave it on the screen for you guys for just a moment. You know what? I can even blow it up a little bit on the screen. Not a whole bunch, unfortunately. But there you go. This is him right here, all of this stuff. So if you guys can read that, I'll let you have a moment. I forgot about that, Jack. I almost got us into trouble.
Well, that's usually my job. Thank you. I'd appreciate it if you didn't appropriate my culture.
Yeah. It's not very direct, but it's direct enough that we would definitely get in trouble for this shit. While you guys are reading this, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the Rumble button, donate if you'd like to. The links are at the top of the chat. Don't forget to tell your friends, your family, and I bet you hate. Get them here watching the show. Because watching the show is wonderful. It's how you show people you love them. All right.
It's true.
We're going back to, whoops, nope. There we go. Back to normal. All right. Let's get back to the stupid, shall we? It's almost done. McDaniel did not reply to Red State's request for comment prior to publication, but there's an update. Emma Vaughn, an RNC employee and spokesperson for McDaniel's re-election campaign, provided the following statement to Red State, which has been published in full. Now, what they mean by the re-election there, guys, McDaniel is up for chair again. She's running to be the RNC chair. Tons of people are running against her. But I feel like this coming out is pretty much going to kill her. Not like dead, but kill her chances of re-election.
You would think so, but we all know how stupid the RNC is and how stupid a lot of the Republicans have been lately.
How do you say the woman's name? Is it Harmeet, Dylan?
Yeah.
All right, here's the statement from the RNC's spokesperson. Well, McDaniel's spokesperson specifically. A client of Harmeet Dillon decided to publish a hit piece in the middle of the night without making a serious attempt to engage with the RNC or Chairwoman McDaniel's team. This blog post is blatantly false, as the lies she has been spreading that RNC members are being bribed for their votes. If critics want to misrepresent and push false narratives about the RNC spending this past cycle, they should do the math before realizing it only adds up to 0.8% of the total amount the chairwoman raised. All right, it doesn't matter how little of a percentage that it was. That is still ridiculous spending.
Oh, absolutely.
You spent $750,000 on plants in 4 years.
It makes them look irresponsible with money, and they're supposed to be the party of responsible spending.
Yeah.
Real quick. Thank you, RNC Florist, who says the flowers are fresh from Colombia. That would explain a lot.
But there it is, guys. There's the full article. I will throw it into chat. I don't usually read full articles, but I felt that one, I mean, there's so many parts of it that explain what was going on. Is that going to, okay. Did YouTube let me put that through? Or was it too long? Okay, it went through. All right, and I'll throw it to you guys over here on Rumble. Whoops. There we go. Yay. All right. Love to see Taylor Lorenz get some payback. Oh, dude, Sparks. I could not agree more. Fuck her and her little whiny shit. I don't have the person I used to tell at YouTube about these, or at Twitter about these things. They don't work there anymore. Did you hear that part, Jack?
No.
In the spaces that they had, one of the things that came up was Taylor and how she was trending in a not nice way, which I still can't find. I still can't find what it was. I don't know what the meat of that was, but she whines about how the person that she used to go tattling to doesn't work there anymore.
Yeah, can you hear that violin I'm playing? Because it's really tiny.
Yeah, that shit is funny. You know what? I'm gonna watch that again because that shit made me laugh. Hang on, let me blow that up. Da, da, da. All right, let's back it up so we can watch the whole thing because it's funny. I won't talk as much this time, I hope. Look, I have a problem. I have to stop things to talk about them. It's, you know what, Jack, I actually do it for the copyright. That's why I do it. It's not because I have an issue.
Well,
all right, it's because I have an issue. Hit play.
Taylor, I feel like you probably know some things about this. Like I was talking about you particularly earlier, because one of the sort of like literal product level.
Before we go any further, Jack, do you see who's in here? We have Ben Collins. We have Taylor Lorenz, of course. We have Brian Stelter.
Clown World's in there.
isn't yeah, he is. Isn't Brian Stelter a teacher now?
Yeah, he's a professor. I'm sure he'll break back into news media in some respect.
I'm just not sure why he was in this. This was for media people.
Yeah.
When I used to drive my candy van, they were so mean to me.
I hate it when they're mean to me. Gets me all sweaty.
All right, I'm sorry. I didn't mean this. I just wanted to point out to Jack that Brian Stelter was in here. All right, here we go.
Things that's going on with Twitter is that like there's no moderation or whatever in what's going on in the trending topics. And yesterday, your name was a trending topic in a way that was inciting harassment of you. And like,
again, I need to know what that said. There was a trending topic that was inciting harassment of you. What did it say? Go fuck with Taylor Lorenz? Taylor Lorenz is a lying bitch, which, I mean, that's true. I'm very curious what it was. And I hate not knowing things, Jack.
I know.
Anyway, maybe she'll write an article about it. Did you see somebody said on Twitter yesterday I'm so thankful for Glenn Greenwald. It's the only way I know Taylor Lorenz has posted an article. And Taylor Lorenz retweeted that. I was like, you do understand they're insulting you there, right? You're so meaningless. They have to have somebody else tell them that you did something. Anyway,
in a properly moderated technology platform, that shouldn't have happened, right?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I think the trending topics, the incentive, like the whole way trending topics works is definitely fundamentally broken.
And once again, I want to point out trending topics now actually works on what's trending rather than being curated by Twitter. And that's what she thinks is broken, is them not telling you what you're supposed to be thinking about. Look, we're the press. It's our job to tell you what to think. You know, a lot of people, we played that clip so many times, Jack. Mia Brzezinski or Mira. What's her name? Mika. That fucking horrible bitch who married Joe Scarborough. Probably because she didn't want to end up dead in an office. I'm just saying.
Yeah, of an accident.
Yeah. And then him just leave MSNBC and the people be like, why did he leave? Anyway, she said Donald Trump is trying to tell you what to think, and that's our job. And a lot of people are like, well, I mean, she just slipped. That's not what she really meant. That's exactly what she meant.
Yeah, that absolutely is.
The people in the press think it is their job to tell you not what to think about, but what to think. They're not there to tell you the who, what, when, where, why, and the how. No. They're there to tell you what you're supposed to be thinking.
Well, they are our sophisticated betters, Monkey.
Oh, yeah. And you can see it over and over. And this is, I mean, the way the trending topic works is fundamentally broken because they let it actually just be what's trending. I hate these people. They're so transparent. Anyway.
And it's just so rich to hear him complain about doxing and harassment. I mean, I am doxed and harassed constantly on this app. And
No,
I mean, I don't, that doesn't mean that I think everything needs to be moderated more heavily, but I do think users deserve more control over their own experience.
I am such a victim. You don't even understand how victimized I am.
There's both a mute and a block button.
Yeah, but is there a panic button for victims?
There's
that says mute Taylor on it.
There's a mute button. There's a block button. You can set it up so only people that you've tagged or are your friends can respond to you. You can set it up so that if you get tagged in something, you can drop out of the conversation and never see it again. There's all kinds of ways you can do this, but she wants somebody to make sure that you can't be mean to her.
Well, obviously. I mean, do you know how important she is, Monkey?
Eagle says, I really, really hate her voice. You probably are responding to her long COVID voice.
Yeah,
remember, she's got the long COVID, okay? She can't really help.
It's just weird because definitely in the past few weeks, for instance, people tweeting out stuff like information about my family or all of the stuff that's been used to target my family directly in the past. Like
nobody's targeting your family.
Nobody cares about your family, Taylor.
People make jokes about you being an old lady. That's what they make jokes about. Fuck off.
Reported it and the reports go nowhere. Like the tweets go nowhere. No, it doesn't seem like the woman that I used to reach out to when this stuff happened at Twitter has been let go from Twitter.
She has to live like the rest of us. Oh no.
Yeah, but she's a special person, Monkey. What the hell? She should have to live like a pleb.
The person I used to tattle to is gone. I have to use the report system. I had to use the report system to get rid of child porn. You're trying to use it to get rid of people making jokes about you being 90. You dirty bitch.
And I just hear this from a lot of people. So I feel like Elon is very focused on his own experience, but
Actually, in this case, it was Elon's kid that he was worried about. You fucking horrible bitch. Notice how she had to make it family because it was about his kid.
Yeah.
Normally what Taylor does is come out there and tell you how victimized she is. Oh my God, you won't believe what they did to me. But suddenly they're going after my family like they always do. It's amazing how that changes with her.
For the rest of us, it's definitely become a less safe platform.
Shut up, Taylor. You're an idiot. Anyway, nobody, and I mean this sincerely, I'm not joking. Do not go fuck with Taylor, okay?
No, don't give her a reason to be a victim.
Yeah, I mean, if she says something stupid and you want to make a comment about the stupid thing she said, by all means, but don't just go harass her.
No, it's not worth it. And if you make her a victim, she has legitimate complaints then.
Yep.
So just let her go on and make a fool of herself.
This is something y'all got to get through your heads. When you go do this, even if you're not, I can't tell you how to behave, but consider it before you go over there. And look, I've fucked with Taylor before, Jack.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's really easy to mess with this woman. But consider when you're doing it. Make it about what she actually said at that time rather than her just being an idiot. Because it's just going to be, oh my God, I'm the victim. And she's going to eventually get it to where, you know, she has her little friend back there that she can whine to. Or she'll have somebody here at YouTube like, oh my God, somebody said something bad about me. Please get rid of it.
Yeah.
She privated her account. Did she really?
Yeah, she scrubbed her account, I know, and then somebody had commented about that.
I was watching right before this as I was setting this up. Wait. Oh, I follow her, so I can still see everything. Yeah, but I was watching Ari. She had a stream going, and yeah, she said that Taylor had scrubbed everything. And, you know, I'm not shocked by that because, well, she's a dirty bitch.
Yeah.
Got to hide all this. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I ever get my account back over there, I'm probably going to wipe it.
You'll have to.
All of the beautiful, humorous shit that I've done over the years, the last like 6 years, Jack, is going to have to go away.
Yeah, probably.
Because some prick will go digging through there and find when I called somebody a twat or something and be like, you have to go away again. Anyhow, there was other stuff I had today. What else did I have? I didn't expect my story on the RNC to go so long. Oh, God.
Thank you, Keldrick. Taylor gets older every time Monkey mentions her age. Yeah, she does seem to be aging quite nicely.
That if you talk about Taylor, you have to do that. You have to start out that she's like 50, and then the next time you mention her, she's 55 or 60. That's just the rule when you talk about Taylor. Start low so you can move high. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basic Taylornomics. Anyway, Jack, I want to show you something that blew my mind.
Oh, yeah?
Don Lemon said something smart.
What?
I know.
That's not a possibility.
For some reason, this blew up today. It's actually from December 2nd. He's talking with the harpies on each side of him, and they're talking about the Chiron says this: USA women to earn more from men's World Cup than their wins, because this is how they've done this with soccer now. The women are going to get money from the men. The men had people come in and watch their stuff, and they got to share some of that money with the women's, because nobody's watching the women's.
Well, they're busy losing to high schoolers.
So this is what they're discussing, and here we go. Sound check on this one.
I would make the exact opposite argument.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay. It starts out, you got to pay attention to what he says at the beginning. If you miss it, he says, I'm going to make the exact opposite argument. That's how it starts. Start.
I would make the exact opposite argument. I know everyone's going to hate me. Go ahead. But the men's team makes more money. If they make more money, then they should get more money.
Why does the men's team?
The men's team makes more money because because people are more interested in it.
Guess who takes?
Oh my God, he's actually right.
Don Lemon was right, ladies and gentlemen. Don Lemon was right. So if you had something funky happen to you on the 2nd of December, 2022, this is why. He broke the space-time continuum with that shit.
Yeah, he did.
All right, now, wait, man. The lady's explanation here, she's going to explain to him why he's wrong. And it is, what's the word I'm looking for here? Exceptionally stupid.
Guess who takes part of blame? I have a big issue with this, guys. WNBA, same things happening to them.
There's
Until
also more
media,
interest in the
hold
NBA,
on. Until big media companies, big tech companies, advertisers invest and put them on their airwaves more and allow people. No, and allow people to see it more and gain more fans. Then you will push toward more equality. But if they are.
The only reason people don't watch the WNBA is because it wasn't hyped up enough.
Oh my God, they never shut up about the WNBA.
The only reason women's soccer doesn't make more money is because they don't talk about it enough. For real? They pumped up this shit as much as possible, and nobody went because nobody wants to see big, ugly girls play basketball badly.
Yeah.
But that's her. Yeah, it's they gotta put more investment in the advertise, push it into people's faces.
No, nobody wants to watch it. It's boring.
Nobody cares. All right, let's let Don get his last word in here.
Are blocked in so many ways and not invested in as much.
Guys are,
they
I'm
don't
not
even
sexist.
have a. I know you're not, but they don't even have a shot.
I grew up the only boy in a family of all women. I understand what you're saying, but not everybody, honestly, has the same skill. Not everybody has the same interest in
I wish they would have let that go because it sounds like he was making another good point there. Not everybody has the same skill. And that's what it boils down to. I've said this before. I will keep beating this drum. When it comes to sports, we want to watch the best of the best play each other. That's what we're looking. We're looking for the best gladiators to go toe to toe. And I'm sorry, women, that's not you usually. We want to see the men beat each other senseless on a football field. We want to see him run back and forth and do an awesome dunk. Anyway, Don Lemon got one right. By the way, there's another one from him today where he's talking about Elon Musk and how Elon Musk has gotten rid of free speech. You know what he doesn't mention in it? The fact that Elon's kid got terrorized.
Oh, shocker.
Yeah.
It doesn't take Don to go back to being a dumb shit. So
left that out completely. Don't care about that one. What is this one? Oh man. This is an ugly story, but it's important. Trans student charged after reportedly assaulting 2 female students in a school bathroom.
did I just go back in time?
Why is that?
Because didn't this happen already in Loudoun County?
Oh no, this person beat the shit out of one of the girls.
Oh,
not sexual assault. Assault.
Oh, that's not cool.
2 female students have been left with injuries after reportedly being assaulted by a trans-identified male student in the women's restroom in a high school in Edmond, Oklahoma. On October 26th at approximately 8 a.m., police responded to reports of a fight that had broken out at Memorial High School in the small community of Edmond, Oklahoma. Upon arriving, the officers found a female student with injuries to her face and head at the nurse's station. The attending officer noted the female victim had several red areas on her face. Both of her eyes were beginning to swell. The officer conducted an interview with the victim, whose full name was redacted due to her age. The female student advised the officer that a trans-identified student, indicated by the letter A, had approached her in the women's washroom while she was speaking to friends. She explained that A had tried to talk to her and she had ignored him, at which point A began to get angry and asked if she wanted to fight. The victim said,
"You want to go, bitch? Let's throw hands."
Right?
Wow.
The victim said that the trans-identified student then hit her in the face, and she indicated in her statement that she was not strong enough to fight back due to the force of the blow. No shit, a guy's beating the shit out of you. Transgender student pulled the girl's hair and forced her to the ground, at which point he began to kick her in the face and punch her repeatedly. Victim's friends, who had been in the washroom at the time, witnessed the incident and were pleading with A to stop his assault. One other female student attempted to intervene and was punched twice in the left side of her face.
Jesus.
Where is the... Okay. A statement from the transgender student indicated he had initiated the conversation with the victim because he was trying to pay her back for clothes he had stolen from her.
Jesus.
Student also contradicts the victim in witness statements and provided details that are inconsistent with the girl's injuries as recorded by police. Really? They lied?
What? Shocked.
The attending officer reported that there was a great confusion over A's gender identity and had pursued more information from the school's administration due to conflicting data on A's biological sex. The officer noted that A had been registered as a female student and that the birth certificate on file with the school had no indicated gender. The officer then found a paternity affidavit that indicated A was male. Congratulations. A dude beat up some girls. I hope you're good. I hope you're happy about all your trans love.
I'm sure they're just fine with it because they're sleeping on a bed of righteousness.
The trans student's parent also reported that the victim had made cyberbullying posts directed at her child on social media, and police contacted the families of the girls and requested the posts be taken down in an apparent effort to de-escalate the situation.
Doesn't seem to have worked.
Yeah, so there you go. That's the story. I'll throw it in the chat for you guys to read the rest of it if you'd like to. But I mean, who didn't see this coming?
Apparently those girls.
Yeah.
Look, I'm sorry I stole from you. I'm just going to pay it back with punches.
Right?
And a broken orbital bone. Suck it, bitch. Just call me
You
Fallon Fox.
By the transgender, this is the transgender student, A, as they called him. A is the one who admitted that he was trying to pay her back for the shit he stole. And then instead of, you stole from this chick, she has every right to tell you to go fuck yourself at that point.
Yeah.
And instead of just leaving, you decided to beat her up.
Well, she didn't learn her lesson, clearly.
That story made me angry.
As it should. Because I told you, this shit's going to get worse and worse.
Yeah, and I don't think there's going to be any real stopping it.
No, not until parents actually step up. I'm telling you, we're going to end up seeing vigilante gangs out of this crap. It's inevitable at this point.
Now, I'm not going to go into this one very deeply, but 4 chimps are loose in a monkey house in a Swedish zoo. 3 of them were shot dead.
Aw.
Leave the monkeys alone. How dare you?
May they sit at the right hand of Harambe.
4 chimpanzees, one of which is wounded, were on the loose inside a building in a Swedish zoo on Thursday, a day after they escaped from their enclosure. 3 others have been shot dead. Swedish officials and media said that the wounded animal has not received veterinary attention because no one can get inside the building.
Wow.
Yeah, the monkeys are having an Attica experience, man. They're not taking this shit no more. Don't fuck with monkeys. Get tranquilizer darts and take this shit down proper.
2 were shot. 1 was banned from Twitter. Frosted. They need to kill them or they'll spread the monkeypox. Yeah.
Leave my people alone, man. How dare you? Look, man, when you're fucking around with monkeys, this kind of shit, monkeys are very intelligent.
Yeah.
You know what else they are? And by this, I mean primates, orangutans, chimps, gorillas. Not only are they smart, they're strong.
Oh, yeah. They have like superhuman strength. And they will rip you limb from limb. Just as that one lady who got her face and hands ripped off.
You know what else they got? They got sharp teeth, and they're not above eating your face while you're alive.
Right?
Better make sure that enclosure's strong, man.
Yeah, people that own chimps, they obviously never saw Planet of the Apes because it never ends well for humans. Real quick though, thank you, Alan, who says hello, Jack. Hey, Alan, how you doing?
Dave Chappelle's bit about fucking monkeys. I'm not familiar with that. I'll have to find it. But yeah, they shot him, man. Why didn't they use tranquilizer darts instead of bullets?
Well, tranq darts take a minute, and monkeys can open doors. So you really want to be like, shot him. Oh shit, get in the car till it takes effect. Yep. What's he doing?
I would love to have a monkey. I think they're awesome. It's not just my avatar, but I really do like monkeys. But I would never own one for the same reason I'd never own a tiger. I don't want to be killed by a wild animal. I'm just throwing that out there. Now, this next part, I don't know how much of this we're actually going to watch, but I want to watch a little Ben Shapiro. I don't think we've ever watched. Have we ever watched Ben Shapiro on the show?
I don't know if we did. It's been a really long time.
Been a long
time.
Real
quick, thank you, Travis Gardner. The Edmund trans story did not appear on local news at all.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised.
They had to dig that story up. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to keep that shit on the low all the time because they have a political messaging for it.
And that says finger monkeys are cute. They really are. And those would be the only kind because, okay, he's tearing apart my finger. Just pull them off. But anyway, I don't know if you saw, is it John Bonner? I never remember his first name. He was a Republican. John Boehner. Yeah.
Yeah. Little crybaby. Yeah.
Yeah. He was the Republican lead for a while. And the other day yesterday when they had Nancy Pelosi's picture revealed, his little bitch ass cried.
Of course he did.
And he's like, she's such a wonderful person. And here, Ben is just giving his thoughts on this kind of stuff. I do need a sound check because this was really loud.
Party on a consistent basis.
Fine.
Okay.
The Republican Party on a consistent basis sells out the fundamental values of its own party because I think a lot of the members of the party don't actually believe the things that they say to their own constituents.
Yep.
I agree completely.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. That is a horrible face, Ben.
I actually saw this on his show because this is from today. That's his own face, by the way. He's talking about how so many of the Republicans have Democrat kids.
Yeah.
And I honestly think he nails this.
Sean says he's sounding like his voice is sped up. Yeah, he does that sometimes.
He talks really fast.
He is hard to listen to at 1.5.
Yeah, one of the few people you have to slow down. He's the opposite of ALR. Because if you watch Big Al, she's a really slow talker. And he's really, really fast.
It's because his wife is a doctor. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, he doesn't have time. She's in a hurry all the time, so he's gonna be like, honey, where's the food?
Thank you, Keldrig. The fact that they hide these stories about trans boys assaulting real girls just makes things look worse for the trans community. True.
Absolutely.
But they have to because they're trying to pretend that there's no issue with this. And when you have boys beating the shit out of girls, that is an issue. Or it should be.
They can't show any kind of weakness. They don't want to show any kind of mental illness. You're going to see the same thing with pedos. Just give it a couple more years. It's going to be the exact same crap.
Do I have Ben on 2x speed? No. This is how it is on Twitter. This is where the video's from. This is how the Daily Wire posted it. So, all right, here we go.
And that's a deeper problem. When you have a party that is not a vehicle for victory, and the substitute for a weak party is candidates who don't actually believe the core values that they supposedly believe, then what you end up with is Republicans who cry and Republicans who lose.
Yes. I've been saying this for years and years and years and years. The problem with the Republican Party is that they win on what they say are Republican values, and then they get into office and they don't actually do what they said they would do.
Of course.
They're McCain. They're like, I'm for a wall. All right, it's time to pass the bill for this wall. I'm not so sure about that.
It seems like a rush to judgment here. We should slow it down and talk about it a lot longer.
It's nonsense. And the biggest place you can see that recently was with Trump's wall. So many of these Republicans ran on the wall. The wall has been something that's been talked about for decades, long before Trump became a politician.
Yeah.
Tons of them ran on it. You have a Republican House, you have a Republican Senate, you have a Republican in the White House who's saying, bring me a bill for this and I will pass it. And they did nothing. Not a goddamn thing.
And they did the exact same thing with the healthcare bill, because for years they were like, we've got a replacement, and Trump was like, give it to me, and they're like, we're good.
Yeah, like, replacement. Yeah, I think he had it.
It's lost in the couch. The cat took it.
Muggy, did you hear about the Crowder news? Yes, if you're talking about him leaving Blaze, I did indeed. All right, here we go.
And that's the worst combo. That even the ones who win end up cutting bad deals, and not enough of them even win because the party is not even good at picking candidates who are capable of winning.
I wish I could disagree with him on anything here.
Yeah.
John Migda, thank you. Did you see the AOC documentary? Yes. The AOC documentary only made $80 per theater. I did indeed. Thank you, John Migda. She had I didn't even know she had a documentary coming out. Apparently she has a global warming documentary. And it is
okay.
Yeah, it is made $80 per theater.
Wow.
Was it 9 to 10,000? Oh, Damon says $9,000 total. Yeah. It is just absolutely failed. And that's funny as fuck. Anyway, Ben, hit me with a little bit more. I love his Jew beanie. Are Jew beanies allowed to be in different colors?
I have seen several different designs, but I think it depends on the sect.
If I had a Jew beanie, I'd have like a skull on it. I think that would be awesome.
Well, I think they don't do that for Holocaust reasons.
Oh, yeah, that's probably a bad look. I'd find some. I'd have a tiger on there. How about that? Anyway,
yeah,
he's still got his leftist tears tumbler, which I love. All right, here we go.
And that's essentially what you have right now in the Republican Party, a weak party infrastructure and a group of people who are in Congress who very often do not even understand the fundamentals of their own belief system and are incapable of pushing their belief system.
Here's where I do disagree with them a little. I don't think that it's that they don't understand the belief system. I think it's that they don't believe in it. I think they understand exactly what it is. They go out there and they give speeches on exactly what it is. And then when it comes time to do any of the votes or anything, they don't actually believe in it. So just a minor difference with what he said there.
Yeah, it's all lip service.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that it actually says a lot that can you imagine Nancy Pelosi getting up there and saying in tribute to John Boehner, starting to cry in tribute to John Boehner, and then saying, as you know, my kids are Republicans. It's almost impossible to imagine that. But I can imagine dozens of Republicans for whom that is true.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll drop the link to this because this is like a 4-minute clip and that'll take me like 80 years to do. I have a problem with stopping videos, man.
You can't help yourself, Monkey.
I can't. I really can't. Even when I'm like, I'm not going to do it. I think when I say I'm not going to do it, I end up doing it like twice as much. It's like my brain's like, no, we have to. This is why we need term limits. I disagree. I do not like term limits. I think that let's say you finally get a good one in there, and then he's got to go away because you have term limits.
What we need are people to pay attention to the candidates, and when they're not doing what they say they're going to do, you boot them the fuck out.
We need better voters.
We need smarter voters and better candidates.
Yep. I think smarter voters would bring better candidates.
I hope so.
Oh, I'm gonna cover that later. Oh, dude, I want to show this video. I'm gonna turn the volume way down. Oh, by the way, we got a copyright claim yesterday.
Oh yeah.
We got a copyright claim on the Chinese guys getting beaten by the Indian guys.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. I told you to go get it. Remember?
Yeah.
All right. What we're seeing here is a vertical takeoff and landing plane.
Okay.
This is as big as I can make it, guys. I'm actually going to put it all the way up. So here we go. He's coming down. He's coming in for his landing. Everything looks good. Coming down a little fast, but not too bad. Oh, there we go. Down. Whoops.
Whoa. Oh, shit.
Yeah, not a good landing. Not a good landing at all. And wait for it. Wait.
What? Why
The
do you
pilot
eject?
ejected.
Why? What was the point of that?
I don't know.
He was already on the ground.
I wish I knew, but I'll throw this in the chat for people who want to watch that. Last I heard, nobody had any idea if the pilot was okay or not.
He probably got more injured from popping out at that close to the ground than anything else.
Yeah, because he comes in at a pretty quick clip. Yeah. Whew.
Bad pullout game, dude.
No
He's
shit.
probably got like 6 kids.
This is not important to many people, except for I'm very happy about it. Chris Metzen is coming back to Blizzard.
I don't know who that is.
I know. WoW players should know who Chris Metzen is. He is the voice of Thrall. One of the, I don't remember if he was the original team, but he was original team for World of Warcraft. And he has a very small part in the Warcraft movie. You can see him for about 10 seconds. I'm a Chris Metzen fanboy because he writes some really good shit. He was very into Warcraft 3. His hands are all over that.
Oh, that was a good game.
Yeah, Talik says very much know him. Exactly. He was original team. Okay. I know he was Warcraft 3. I know he was World of Warcraft. I don't play Warcraft anymore, but I think it's great that he's coming back. He's going to be a creative advisor on World of Warcraft. So hopefully the game gets better for you guys.
Now, was he one of them that was accused of bad touching or?
I don't believe so. I don't think so.
Hey, real quick. Thank you, Frosted Glass. Kamala Harris, do not pause. Do not pause. Monkey, I'm going to pause.
I'll pause the shit out of it. Oh, you know what? I'm going to throw this. We can't show this thread.
Oh, Cirque makes a good point. The guy probably got a critical warning that caused him to eject. That's
Might
fair.
have been.
Kamikaze pilots are actually female pilots, Grizz. Little known fact.
Diversity hire. Stop it.
Yeah, they were all like, "Woo, crash."
Yeah, somebody else said woman pilot. We don't know what it was. Men can crash too. It's probably a chick. Anyway, the link that I just threw in there, it goes over the drag event we talked about yesterday, Jack. The one with the guy with the box titties.
Yeah.
I wish I could show it because there's stuff in there that people should see. Like that guy with the box titties actually addresses a child dressed that way.
Family friendly, guys. This
family
is what is
friendly.
now considered family friendly, and they are fighting for this.
They have a part in this where they are simulating humping. Yeah, it's fucking disgusting. So if you want to get really angry, check out that thread I just threw in there.
Share it with your friends.
It's the Drag Queen Christmas, run by people who used to be on RuPaul's Drag Race, and one of them is connected to both Disney and Nickelodeon, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Nothing wrong with this. Nothing wrong with this at all. 5 people were arrested on domestic terrorism charges down there in Georgia at the Georgia Autonomous Zone. Yeah. First, I want to put the picture on screen because they're Antifa, of course, Jack. Here we go. Look at this white trash. Do you notice only the black guy's smiling?
Yeah. Well,
He's like, what up? And the others are like, ah, shit.
Everybody else is like, my parents are going to cut my allowance.
I want you to take a guess. The fourth guy here, the last white guy in the lineup here. How old do you think that guy is?
30.
Chat, give me guesses. How old do you think this guy is?
He's got the beginnings of a receding hairline there.
Yeah, take a guess. Just take a guess. And I'm curious what you guys think. Because when I saw his age, I was like, there ain't no fucking way. But let's bring the story up. Got a couple of them who were really close. Were you guys guessing because I asked you to guess and you went low? The guy's only like 21, Jack.
With that busted hairline? Dude.
Yeah.
You're going to be bald before your drinking age.
Andy, no reports. Domestic terrorism charges for 5 arrested at violent Antifa autonomous zone near Atlanta. This is a guy, too. The one in the middle. I thought that was a chick.
That looked like a chick.
I'm almost positive that this is a trans man. I need to see boobs, but that looks like a chick. Anyway.
Yeah, Evolved was just asking, but I would have guessed the first one was a dude, but maybe they both are.
5 militants, part of a violent far-left occupation in South Atlanta, were arrested on Tuesday and charged with domestic terrorism and other felony charges. On December 13th, the Georgia Bureau of Investigations launched a raid on the so-called autonomous zone at the site of the future Atlanta Public Safety. God damn it, your ads are pissing me off. Atlantic Public Safety Training Center. Since June 2021, Antifa and other far-right extremists from across the U.S. have descended on the location to prevent the construction of what they call Cop City. Responding law enforcement were assaulted with rocks and bottles by militants occupying makeshift tree houses. The GBI says it found explosive devices.
Shocker.
And gasoline after the rioters were cleared from the area. So, yeah. Here we go. The first one, we have Serena, who is 25. She's going to jail. She was previously photographed in a mask for the Open Society Foundation sponsored story about the autonomous zone and the Guardian. Then we have Leonard here. He is going to jail for domestic terrorism, criminal trespass, and possession of tools of the crime. Nicholas here. That does not look like a Nicholas to me. That looks like a Nikki.
Yeah.
Also, domestic terrorism, aggravated assault, interfering with government property, and obstruction. Francis here. He's 22 years old. He's also getting terrorism, criminal trespass, aggravated assault, felony obstruction, interference with government property, and possession of tools for the commission of a crime. And then our smiling guy down here, Arion, I think is how you say that. He's got domestic terrorism, criminal trespass, and obstruction. Now, down here in this autonomous zone, there was a guy who drove by thinking that everything was abandoned because these fucking assholes are here. So he was going to help himself to it. The people at the autonomous zone chased him away, threatening to set him on fire, and then set his car on fire.
Wow.
Yeah. These people need cleared out. This is some bullshit. I can't believe they've been allowed to do this for so long, Jack. That's over a year. It's a year and a half these shitbags have been down there.
Yeah, I don't remember us really covering this one. I haven't heard too much about it.
No, I remember hearing it when it like first started, but that's it.
Yeah.
Since then I haven't heard shit. Guys, I just a quick break. Hit that like button, please. I don't know what our likes are up to. Hit the Rumble button if you're on Rumble. If you're on the Rumble app, it's a fist. Give us that. Anything you can do to help us out was very much appreciated. Also, if you'd like to, you can donate to me or Jack. Links at the top of your chat at YouTube. And tell your friends, your family, and I bet you hate to come watch.
Indeed.
Oh my. Oh, good. Jack, I almost couldn't do this one until I got to the end of the headline.
Oh.
Hippo swallows 2-year-old whole and then spits him out alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it didn't have that happy ending, we couldn't have done this story. A hungry, hungry hippo. Really? You went there?
You had to. You know, if you were writing that, you would have worked in a hungry, hungry hippo joke somewhere.
Yeah, but I didn't get to write it, so I'm going to judge him for it.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm going to pretend I'm better than him. All right. A hungry, hungry hippo is going viral after it swallowed a 2-year-old boy whole and then spit him out alive. By the way, hippos are shitbags. Don't go near them. Aren't hippos like the most dangerous animal in Africa if you're going by kills?
Yes.
I think it's hippos. Yeah.
Yeah, they're incredibly dangerous animals.
Stay away from them. They have a really bad bite.
Yeah, they kill more people than tigers and lions.
The incident occurred in Western Kasese, I think, Western Kasese district of Uganda, while the young boy was playing outside his home, according to a report citing local police. A man saw the attack and immediately jumped into action. What were you going to do?
What are you going to do? Are you going to try and recover the dead body in the poop?
Identified as Crispus Bagonza. Sure. He began throwing stones at the hippo. Eventually, the rock startled the hippo to the point where it regurgitated the boy alive and fled to the nearby Lake Edward.
Yeah, and that dude is the real hero of this story because normally that won't work.
No.
If anything, he's going to get eaten too.
This is the first such kind of incident where a hippo strayed out of the Lake Edward and attacked a child, said Uganda police force. We want to remind all residents of wherever the fuck that is, which is located within Queen Elizabeth National Park, to remain vigilant and always alert park rangers about animals that have strayed into their neighborhoods. Yeah. You don't need to be having hippos out there eating your kids. If you want your kid eaten, you need to go to Australia where there's a dingo.
Yeah.
A dingo ate my baby. Look, I know that woman was wrong, but that is still funny as shit. It's mean that nobody believed that poor woman.
Yeah.
Hooters girl. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hard time for that.
Yeah. And that went on for years.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Hooters girl charged with murder asked judge to adjust bond so she can pay with OnlyFans money. Wow.
Yeah, I meant to give you this story yesterday, and I've totally spaced on it. And Retro posted about it today on Twitter. And I'm like, oh yeah, I got to remember to do that this time.
These thoughts are getting hardcore, man. A Hooters waitress in Texas who was accused of murder asked a judge to lower her bond so she could pay it with OnlyFans cash. Elizabeth Elselborn? Sure. 21 is accused of cheering on the deadly group beating of Zachary Wood last May and had her bail set at $100,000. She's charged with first-degree murder. Okay. Why first-degree murder? All right. Anyway, charged with first-degree murder, and she's accused of being present during the murder. Esselborn asked the court
commission of a crime. That's why.
But she's being charged with the crime?
Yeah. If somebody dies during a bank robbery, even the getaway driver faces the same charge.
Fair enough. I for the record, I think that's wrong.
I'm a little on this fence about it because if somebody gets killed because you're helping criminals,
yeah,
I get it. Maybe a lesser included instead.
Yeah, I think it should be a lesser charge, and I get why they do it, but it turns that crime, the part that they actually did, into something much worse than it actually was.
That's what you get for hanging out with moral degenerates and scumbags.
No, I get it. I get it. But like, if you're the getaway driver for a bank robbery, you're not expecting anybody to get killed, but somebody gets shot in there. You didn't pull the trigger. It wasn't something you went there for. So getting charged with it,
Let's face it, though. If you're involved in a bank robbery, you have to assume somebody's going to get killed.
I guess.
I mean, that's the risk of the trade.
Esselborn asked the court to lower her bond, but that says his bond. All right.
I think it was a typo.
To $50,000 so she could afford to pay it with money she earned by posting adult content on OnlyFans. She told the court she has made more than $8,000 for her OnlyFans content. Okay.
Well, she's not a very good whore then.
Apparently not. Esselborn's charges stem from an incident in which she allegedly cheered while Ronnie Lang, 18, William Bell, 28, and Peyton Collier, 27, allegedly beat Wood to death with their feet, fists, and a baseball bat. Lang pleaded guilty while the other three have pleas deals on the table. That's fucking horrific.
Yeah.
The group attacked Wood because they believe he stole drugs and cash from them while he was staying at their home. Don't hang out with druggies. That's the lesson I have here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I'm kind of interested in seeing her OnlyFans.
I know.
All
I'm
right,
sure a bunch of it's been leaked. So
yeah, I got to do some research, y'all. Sorry, I had to take y'all off the screen for it. Naked. Sorry. Is she worth $50,000?
you know she's not.
I mean, the only picture that really looks like her, you can't see much, so I can't judge. That's not her. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if she's worth $50,000, y'all. She a dirty murderer, so fuck her. Anyway, Jack, we've had some interesting stories so far tonight.
I know.
All right, what we got pending over here? California school official resigns after party with students. Oh, we did that one.
Oh, yeah. My bad. Probably gave you the wrong link.
You might not have been here yesterday. That might have been before you got here.
Ah, that would explain it.
Yeah. But yeah, we covered that one last night. I'll throw it into chat for people so you guys can, if you missed it. But I want to say we covered that one pretty early on in the show yesterday.
Yeah, the Dirty Santa thing, that's kind of fucked up. It wasn't that horrifically bad, but it was bad enough. Kids, is this the choir one?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I came in at the tail end of it. I just forgot. My bad.
Yeah, so for those, we'll do a quick recap. How about that? This superintendent who was just reelected had a party at his house where he had the choir come so that they could make money. And it was an adult party in every sense of the word. They had half-naked men running around. They were serving alcohol, which the choir claims was offered to them. And they had the dirty Santa. It was not an environment for children. And so the board, the rest of the rest of the school board said, "Hey, we can't kick him off, but he really should resign," which he did do. So I'm guessing this story's real.
Yeah.
He tucked tail and ran pretty fucking quick.
And that was probably for the better, because I'd be willing to bet there were a lot of other fucked up stuff going on at that event that he doesn't want coming out.
Yeah. But aren't they? Isn't the family looking at suing?
I would hope so.
Yeah. So hopefully, one of the families go get paid. Anyway, let's move on to our next one, shall we?
Indeed.
Pete Buttigieg from South Bend. I still love that South Bend is where he was the mayor. A gay man in South Bend. That just, I mean.
Well, on the upside, it wasn't South Bend Dover.
I mean, it might as well have been.
Ah, fair enough.
Pete Buttigieg was on vacation in Portugal during critical talks when nation was on the brink of crippling rail strike, took paid time off while negotiating sick leave, and posted videos suggesting he was in the U.S. You mean Pete Buttigieg is a dirty fucking liar?
I was shocked too, Monkey.
That's weird.
Right? Seems so unlike him.
I'm not sure how to react. My world is shattered.
Indeed.
Fucking Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg took a vacation the week before Labor Day. A department spokesperson told DailyMail.com the trip was long planned. Remember how he got like, what was it, 6 months of maternity leave?
Yeah.
Him and his husband adopted some kids, and he got paternity leave. It's maternity leave. We all know what it is. He had to go home so he could breastfeed the kids. I'm sorry, I don't agree with paternity leave. Even if you want,
I would say that should be something that's like a week.
Sure, something to get maybe 2 weeks so you can get everything sorted out. Here's our routine that's going on, but this man was off for like 2.5 months or some stupid shit like that.
Yeah, like I understand helping out the wife, getting her back, healthy enough to get in the routine, but neither of these were chicks that actually plopped a baby out.
These are two men. They did not need any recovery time. And maybe for that 2 weeks also helping the wife with recovery time, because they can get jacked up, Jack.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, give them a couple weeks to help a woman, get healed up, help out with the kid, get her set with the routine, and then back to work for you, buddy boy. But this is two dudes.
Cirque says anytime there's trouble in transportation sector, he goes on vacation. Isn't that weird?
It's a mighty strange how there seems to be a problem every time he's not around.
Where are we? He went to the coastal Portuguese city of Porto as rail workers prepped to strike. The week after he returned, the White House got involved in contract talks. While gone, he posted a video touting a new airline transparency feature. All right. The trip spanned from August 29th. The following Monday, Labor Day, a statement by the Department of Transportation on DailyMail.com confirms. Spokesman for the department says he was traveling on personal time but remained engaged on urgent issues.
Right.
Look, I don't mind these guys having vacations and stuff. Everybody needs a vacation, right? But his came at a time when we knew the rail strike was coming. It's not like the rail strike has been on the horizon for like over a year.
Yeah, and Biden tried to give them pretty much everything they wanted, and it still wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So anybody that was paying attention to this knew what this was.
This is when he should have been most engaged if he was going to be.
Unless he's really bad at his job and they're hiding that.
The trip had been long planned in advance. It was reported earlier this week that Buttigieg took at least 18 flights on taxpayer-funded private jets since joining the cabinet. What? Why? Why is Buttigieg flying private jet? That motherfucker should be in coach.
No, he's important, monkey.
If he wants to fly private jet, he can pay the difference between coach and whatever a private jet costs. That's on him.
Maybe the RNC paid for it.
Maybe, probably was. It's probably part of the flower budget. He looks like a tulip, doesn't he? Buttigieg was vacation. Oh, we already got that. Meanwhile, talks were ongoing that eventually resulted in the White House becoming involved in order to avoid a strike that would have cost the U.S. economy billions of dollars per day. That's true. President Joe Biden announced a tentative deal the week after Buttigieg returned, though it was rejected by several unions. Yeah, good job. Good job. On September 1st, while still on vacation, Buttigieg posted a video of himself on Twitter that suggested he was at a U.S. airport. He was dressed in a suit and touting his department's new airline customer service dashboard. The feature provides more transparency in what customers can expect from their airline in the event of a cancellation or delay. So he lied about where he was, and during important times, his bitch ass was on vacation.
Yep.
And again, if something pops up, that's different. This was known to be coming. And they knew it was getting to a point where it's like, okay, either we're going to get a deal or we're going on strike. And this motherfucker went on vacation.
Well, look, it was a pre-planned vacation, Monkey.
Bullshit.
What do you want him to do? Cancel it so he can handle an emergency at his job?
Yes.
You bigot. Oh, that's so homophobic.
Oh, I'm so glad you got this story. I meant to get it and I didn't retweet it or anything, so I didn't have it.
That's why you keep me around.
No, I keep you around because you're funny. That's why.
Yeah, I get you in trouble more than I'm funny.
Tomato, my friend. Yeah, and that says, can we get the likes up to 100? We got 182 people watching. Hit that like button. Come on, guys.
Woo, get those likes up. Monkey,
You don't want the people over on Rumble to be outdoing you, do you?
Right.
And by the way, hit that Rumble button. Students threatened with suspension if they photograph trans teacher with size Z prosthetic breast. As it's revealed, she now has permanent security detail and is walking around on crutches after skydiving. Yeah, Big Titty. We've talked about him before. He's a shop teacher, and he got some big old fake titties. They're not even implants. It is a prosthetic that he puts on over top of his normal belly. And these kids have been threatened with being suspended if they take pictures of him. Yeah.
Yeah. I really don't know if this guy's trolling or what.
There he is.
It's fucking comedy gold either way.
There he is on his crutches with. Remember, this is fake. These aren't real. They're not put in. And look, there's the nipple, Jack.
Well, he's just freeing the nipple, Monkey.
Made sure he got big old fake titties with hard nipples.
Well, I mean, like you do, he probably was like, no, I need rigid nipples. You don't understand. I want it to poke through any material I put on. If I put on a bulletproof vest, there better be nipples poking through.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah. Shop teacher, guys. Look, like I said, I don't know if this is an incredibly good troll or what, but this dude is going to be able to write a book if he's trolling.
Yeah. I don't know what the and maybe it's in here. Let's go back up to the bullet points. I don't remember what the justification is for suspending students for taking a picture of their teacher.
They're probably going to put it under harassment of some kind.
Ontario students are allegedly being threatened with suspension for filming and photographing Oakville Trafalgar. That's how I say that.
I think so.
High school shop teacher Kayla Lemieux. Was their name Kayla last time we talked about this?
No, I think that's new. But Lemieux, it's like, I'm a big old kitty cat. Meow, meow.
Yeah, that sounds new. Lemieux, who transitioned from a man to a woman, no, he didn't, attracted international attention after she began wearing size Z prosthetic breasts to class. The controversial teacher was recently filmed on crutches last week and sitting beside a student who appeared to be vaping. Parents have complained about the teacher's attire and says she now travels with a police escort after the district saw back-to-back bomb threats last month. If you're out there calling in bomb threats, stop it. Jesus Christ.
And don't give people a reason to claim victimhood. Let them look like fools by not actually being victims like Taylor Lorenz.
Yep. Don't give them the ammunition for that shit. But yeah, they're threatening, hey, don't take his picture. Well, why not? The person obviously is out there for attention. That's why you wear something like that, especially with the nubbins.
Yeah.
If they were just doing it because I'm just trans and this helps me feel better, the nubbins wouldn't be there. That is so little kids are looking at his fake boobs. Jesus Christ. Anyway,
if this person is not trolling, their hard drive should be checked.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if they are trolling, it is really effective.
I don't think they're trolling.
I don't think so either. But I've heard that this teacher was very anti trans previously, but I haven't seen anything to back that up.
No, I think this person is a sick freak.
Which, for the education system, par for the course these days, sadly.
Yeah. Or a tenured teacher.
Yeah. Well, they
definitely
can't fire this person now because they're trans. And if they
Yeah.
fire them, they're going to have the trans community down on them like a ton of bricks. There's going to be protests every day, probably Antifa showing up at the school.
Oh, right. Is this medium? Yeah. Yes. Of course.
Thank Frosted for this one.
Frosted, you're an asshole, but I love you. Get religious holidays out of our school calendars. No.
I like how you called Frosted an asshole before you even read the headline.
I don't need to read the head. By the way, I'm leaning back because my brain just went. I don't have to read the headline if it's Frosted. I love the man. I do. He's funny as shit. And guys, I'll be over on his show. Are we still on for tomorrow, Frosted? Over on his show tomorrow? What is that, 9 p.m. Eastern time?
I believe so. I'm going to try and make it. I can't guarantee I'm going to get there in time because I have to drive several hours to the airport, pick somebody up. But I'm going to try and make it. So hopefully we'll all be there. Yeah.
So tomorrow over on Frosted Glasses channel, make sure you're following him or subscribe to him over here on YouTube. If you're available, Monk, I should be, dude. I should be. I'm going to do my best not to fall in the next couple of days or hours.
Right.
Hey, Vanilla Bear. How you doing, sweetheart?
Hey, Vanilla. Real quick. Thank you, Keldrick. Was it a bomb threat or was it somebody that thought he was hiding a bomb in those chest saddlebags?
Could be.
Could be both.
Tomato. I've never met anybody who says tomato. I think I would just run.
I don't think I have either, although I could see some people I know saying it because they're, slow.
I'm 5 away from Tree Fitty subs, guys. He needs 5 subs for 350. Go give him a sub. Anyway, get religious holidays. Oh, look at this bald freak. All right. Why we got so many Lex Luthor looking motherfuckers? We had one yesterday.
I don't know.
All right. There
At
we
least
go.
this one identifies as male.
If you embrace cultural diversity, then there's no other choice. I live in Canada. Ah, fuck me. Yeah, you live in Canada where assisted suicide is like one of the #1 causes of death.
Well, I mean, what do you want to give them health care? Jeez.
Fuck.
Like, I understand you have a migraine, but have you considered dying?
Right? I stubbed my toe. Oh, we have a great machine for that.
Sign this.
I live in Canada where there's a pretty strong push to embrace diversity and inclusiveness in our society and county. Except for people who have mental disabilities or old, because you just want to kill them.
Yeah, or Christians, apparently.
Granted, it's not happening fast enough for many of the people involved, but given that it is happening, it's a step in the right direction. Oh, fuck me. In Canada, there's also, compared to places like the USA, a strong movement to reconcile with the indigenous people whose land was stolen and colonized for more than 500 years.
You mean conquered?
Off.
It was conquered.
Yeah. Why do they have such an issue with not understanding conquered?
I don't know. In that case, how far back do you want to go? Like, do you have to have the Mohawks pay reparations for the land they stole? Or are we going to go over to Europe and play this fucking game?
We were stronger than you. We took what we wanted. Fuck off. We don't do it now. We actually just gave you a big part of Oklahoma. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Let's go take this up with the Zulus, who wiped out a whole bunch of people down in South Africa. No, man. It's all right. It's just here in the U.S. and Canada. Oh, my bad.
Oddly, I've never heard any of this shit coming out of Mexico.
Yeah, well, they had the Incas, the Mayas, the Aztecs. You don't want to get into that because they'll be giving property back and forth for generations at that point.
And those people are still being racially profiled and stigmatized by the law enforcement, healthcare, and legal systems, and by other citizens who want to ignore all of the results of colonialism and the atrocities of the past and the sovereign rights, outlined 15 years ago in the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. Homie, you can write more than one sentence.
That's
God
colonialist, monkey.
Damn.
No, he's decolonizing his English.
Jesus fuck. And by the way, I don't give two rats' asses about what the United Nations says. Fuck them.
Yeah, you're talking about a bunch of people that are living on stolen land as well. Like, why don't you ask the Chinese to free Tibet, huh? And Mongolia while you're at it. Or how about we go down to Iran and start giving back some of the Persian Empire?
Yeah.
To the people they conquered.
To all the people who have liked and rumbled, thank you so much. And to those of you who haven't, hit it. Damn it. Anyway. The United Nations has really shitty people on their Human Rights Council. I don't give a shit what they say. They have no power. They're just assholes who get together every once in a while and go, you can't do that. Canadian Thanksgiving is celebrated the second Monday in October, and U.S. Thanksgiving on the fourth Thursday in November is rapidly approaching. And in Canada, that means people are starting to put up their Christmas decorations, and media outlets have started playing Christmas music and so on. As I reflect on all of this, I came to the realization that including Christmas as a national holiday in our public education system, as it is currently being done, was just wrong. Think about it for a moment with me. Christmas is, a Christian event. Yes and no.
Yeah, Christ Mass, which would be what it would appropriately be called, is the Mass for Christ. Christ wasn't even born in December, by the way. They were just appropriating the winter solstice. So, yeah, but it's a very secular holiday now, and it has been for, 30, 40 years, really?
There's two Christmases. There's the Christian one, and then there's the retail one.
Yeah.
There's the cultural one. You can celebrate Christmas without believing in Christ at all. You can embrace things like Santa Claus and snowmen. This is basically the South Park Christmas episode, the very first one.
Yeah.
Where you end up with that play with the kids just running around in circles in little gray leotards because you can't have anything Christmas because people are shitbags.
Yep.
Anyway.
And how many Christmas songs are very, very secular? Like, is
Many.
this guy upset when he hears Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Probably. He probably thinks remember, Mary and Joseph were going into
Bethlehem.
Bethlehem, thank you. On Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah, but the song, nothing to do with it.
It's in the penumbra.
Yeah, I guess. Like, it's a euphemism for Paul, and he was an apostle, and therefore bad. I don't know. This guy's a fucking idiot.
No other religion celebrates it. No other religious holidays are given time off in our public education system or national calendar. Is Diwali a national holiday? Is Kwanzaa? Fuck you. Fuck you.
Kwanzaa's made up.
Kwanzaa was made up in what, the 70s?
Yeah. Are you upset about Festivus too?
Oh god. Is Kwanzaa a national holiday? Is Hanukkah a national holiday? And so many others I could list. The only reason Christmas is a national holiday is that when this country and so many others in Europe and South America were formed, Christianity dominated with, I don't give a fuck about you and hating Christmas. All right. If you want to work on Christmas, Ebenezer, go do it.
Yeah.
Don't
I've
ruin it
worked
for
lots of Christmases. Life's not that hard, dude.
Why does he need to ruin it for everyone else?
Because he's one of those assholes that if he doesn't like it, neither can you.
If we really want to take a giant step forward, it's time to denationalize all Christian holidays in Canada and other places around the world. Suck my nuts.
Like, it's effectively called winter closure period. So this guy's an idiot. He just doesn't like Christians.
Yes, that's what it is. This is the war on Christmas. No, there's no war on Christmas. Really?
No, it's more of a war
Really?
on Christians.
It is, but they take it out on their holidays.
Yeah.
Remember the Easter celebrators or the
the Easter worshipers.
Easter worshipers? That's what it was.
Life's too short to be upset around the holidays. True. But people like this are miserable people. They want you to be miserable too. I guarantee you, this is a very unhappy person.
It says Christ in it, so we can't gut anymore. Fuck you.
Yeah. Gundam said Japan's made up of Shinto, Buddhist, and atheists. They celebrate Christmas. Yes. And in their Christmas, on Christmas Day, you go get KFC.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, because KFC has a brilliant marketing strategy of like, well, we're not super popular over here. They're not real big on our fried chicken for some reason. How can we make it so we make a shit ton of money? Oh, let's say it's a Christmas celebration. And they tricked the entire country.
Yeah.
So now you have to reserve your KFC in advance.
Which is fucking amazing. That's
brilliant. And they love it. They love that tradition. I cannot tell you how many times it's been 4 years now we've had to go and get Christmas KFC.
Yeah, so that guy's just an asshole who hates fun, and he is the problem with atheists, and we've talked about them before.
Because they're
if you're atheist, shut the fuck up. Why are you trying to convert people? Shut up.
Well, it wouldn't even be so bad if he's like, look, I'm not a fan of Christmas. Here's some atheist activities you could do or whatever. You can say, look, we should have a secular themed Christmas. I'd be fine with that. But it's always about shitting on Christians for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
For the record, I feel we have to say this every time. Neither one of us are religious.
No, I don't go to church. I'm asleep half the time.
I'm tired of seeing Christians get shit on.
It's so counterproductive. And you live in a society that is made up mostly of Christians, as far as the major religion goes.
Yep.
In Canada and the US, and Mexico's even more religious. Why do you have to go around and shit on somebody just because you don't like their religion?
Because they're smarter than everyone else.
Oh, yeah, I'm so smart. I'm like Sam Harris, who doesn't care about a basement full of dead babies. Fuck off.
They're the vegans of the Christian or of the religious world. Thank you, Ebony. 'Tis the season to be jolly, whether you're religious or not. Yeah. I'm the kind of person that when people start bitching, Christmas is being celebrated too early, I'm like, shut up. It's fun.
Yeah. Frosted just said, this is an atheist evangelical.
Yes, exactly.
I'm miserable. You can't have fun.
No, not just atheist, anti-theist. And there is a difference between those two.
Yeah, I would agree. But they call themselves atheists, but they're really just anti-Christian.
Leave Christians alone. They're not fucking with you. Like, oh, but back in the day, if you got a time machine, by all means, go the fuck back there and mess with them. They're not fucking with you. Leave them alone. Oh my God, they're having fun. Fuck you. You should be. Why are so many atheists so fucking just miserable?
Because they have nothing. That's exactly why. They're just angry people. They're angry at their parents for taking them to church, because that's almost always what it is their parents were super religious.
Yeah.
And it took them to church, and they're real bitter about it for some reason. Let it go, dude. You can bitch about it at home or whatever, but to go out and write articles about this shitting on people for doing something that's not hurting anyone, it's not hurting you. If anything, it's a time of giving and peace. At least that's what it's supposed to be about. That's kind of counterproductive, isn't it? Like, do you really want bitter, bitchy people? Because I don't.
We need to get rid of peace on earth, goodwill towards men.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Ron Corp says, as a non-believer, I just try not to be a dick. I also only give my friends who are religious shit, but it's just in jest. Yeah, that's fine. Exactly.
Yeah, a buddy of mine had a Yule celebration, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago I went to, and it was very Norwegian themed. I didn't understand some of it, and I didn't really care because there was free food. But it was really cool, and everybody had a good time, and a bunch of people that were there were Christians, and I think there was a Jewish guy there. Everybody had a good time. Nobody said shit about it. And he didn't make a big deal out of it. No one did. It was just supposed to be a festival, a good time. They had a big bonfire, that sort of thing. Good times were had by all. Nobody fucking cared. This guy doesn't get invited to stuff like that. It shows.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants him around. He's going to be there and be like, nah, oh my God, I can't believe you guys believe this stuff. I wish you were as smart as me. I'm so special.
Need to get rid of all the holidays. Fuck you. God damn.
Yeah,
like
BG, angry ex-girlfriend atheist.
I don't understand it. I really don't.
No, I don't either.
I've had, like when I was working, Jack, when I worked at Walmart, I wasn't as fucked up as I am now, but I'd had my first surgery and it didn't fix everything. My left arm was often in pain, which sucks when you're carrying a lot of stuff and, stocking shelves and stuff. Had people just come up seeing me in pain. Go, can I pray for you? I'm like, yeah, of course. Thank you. Thank you for that thought.
Yeah.
And they're atheists are like, get away from me. How dare you? Why would you want to, push your religion on me? That's not pushing religion. That's, hey, can I do what I can? Pray to my God that hopefully you're not in pain anymore. By the way, you fucked up. Apparently your God hates me because he was like, no, make it worse. But
that's what you get when you cross the wrong deity.
I know, right? Fuck. I should have been like, which one is it? I will pray to.
Well,
I don't have a problem with Christian. Look, there's some that are starting to try to get militant over there on like Twitter.
Oh yeah, but that's the natural outgrowth of people constantly shitting on one group. You're going to have people that become militant about it.
And they need to calm down a little bit. Just enjoy your religion and relax. Go back to how you guys were, 5 years ago. Shut up.
Yeah, that's unfortunately a real thing that could happen is you push people too hard and you start shitting on them and punishing them too much and they become extremists. It's not like we haven't seen that play out before.
And that says they prayed to the Walmart guy. That's probably what happened. And they're like, then I left Walmart and shit got bad. My bad. Anyway, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, whoopsie, you left.
Let's check this freak out, shall we?
Indeed.
Why I'm open with kids about. Oh, hang on, there's a donation coming through. Why I'm open with kids about LGBTQ plus acceptance and rejection. Because you're a lonely person who doesn't have real friends. Thank you, Keldrig. He just mad nobody wants to go to his Malmus party. Well played. Indeed.
Look, can we admit that a bunch of the people that are involved in this crap are incredibly average looking, probably have low social skills, and are kind of annoying to be around?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. They're horrible people. They're miserable, and I don't hang out with miserable people.
No, they're not fun.
What the hell is it? I think it's a chick. We got some blue hair in the back here. Yeah. We got not just a nose ring, but a nose ring with a pendant on it. That looks like a booger fell out, lady. And, of course, problematic glasses. So here we go. Let's find out why she talks to kids about sexual things.
My students ask me a lot of questions about not just about my identity, but about the way that other people perceive and react to my identity.
No, they don't. No, they don't. That's some shit you start. Look, I can already tell. She gets to the front of the class and goes, okay, does anybody have any questions about being LGBT?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you all about it. By the way, can you turn that up anymore?
Yeah. She gets lots of questions from her students. Hey, what's it like to be rejected as a queer woman?
Why does that thing on your face look like it's made of boogers?
Well, you should, let's say that does happen. Your answer should be, sweetie, we're doing algebra right now. That's none of your business.
Are you kidding? We're doing our alphabet now.
Well, yeah. We're learning the ABCs. It's time to recite the song.
LGBT is all I need.
Which I find really interesting. Often students ask me if my parents accept me. And I think that that question is really insightful because I think that
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's what they're taught is that if you say you're gay, your parents will reject you. I hate this.
I bet one of the kids in her class was really based and said, did your parents not hug you enough? And
Right.
she took it that way.
Did dad miss your recitals?
Or show a little too much interest in them.
parents accept me. And I think that that question is really insightful because I think that for many students, what they're really asking is, I wonder if my parents would accept me.
Of course, that's where you went. Of course, that's where she goes, Jack. It's got to be the kid is actually trying to be gay.
Yeah, of course, because all kids are secretly gay.
Here, let me give you this book. Anyway.
If I were not straight or if I were not cisgender. And that's the reason why I choose to be very open with my students.
Bullshit. Bullshit. You're open with your students because you didn't have friends in high school. You still don't have friends. And you have this group of kids who cannot leave and have to talk to you.
Yep.
Frosted Glass, thank you. Tree Fitty, 2 subs. You guys really like Medium. I fucking hate Medium. I used to like Medium. Medium used to be kind of like Substack is right now. And then they let all the retards in. All right.
And with people in general, when they ask me questions like that, and I tell them honestly that no, my family, for the most part, doesn't accept me. And yes, it is painful and it is difficult, but I'm getting through it.
You're a grown-ass woman. Whining to the students in your class about your parents.
Yeah.
Why are you putting that shit on kids?
What's decorum? What's professionalism? How about I just dump out my purse to all these like 30 strangers who are like, oh dear God, we got to listen to this for a year.
She's got 30 kids in there that are being forced to be emotional tampons for her.
Yep.
Look, MGTOW had a couple of really good phrases.
They really did.
Emotional tampon is one of my favorites. All right.
And I always make sure to emphasize that even though my family doesn't accept and support me, and even though it's difficult, I have a lot of people in my life who do support me. And, you know, I rely on those people. So
You do not have friends. I do not believe that. There's no way. I have $100 says a bitch ain't got no friends.
Yeah, not real friends. She might have some like other people like her that are like pseudo friends. You know, they'll spend time with each other because they don't have anyone else to hang out with, but they won't help you move.
No, they whine to each other.
Yeah, they sit around and talk about how bad their lives are and commiserate. It's sort of like those chicks that expect to have a high value man and they're like ghetto queens. They all sit around and commiserate in their misery, but they don't actually do anything to improve themselves or change their lives at all, and they'll stab each other in the back in a second.
Amy says, bleh, I'm guessing that she is really shitty towards her parents and that they support her, just not her crappy attitude. Yep. Yeah, that happens a lot of these cases.
Yeah. And you can tell, too, because they're miserable people and they're angry.
Yeah. Very angry.
Nobody wants to be around that all the time. Do you want to invite somebody like this to a social gathering? No, because much like the last guy we just talked about with that stupid Christmas article, they're miserable people and they don't bring anything to the table except misery.
Look, one of the best pieces of advice I ever got was don't hang around miserable people. Just get away from them.
They bring you down. I've told the story many times of the guy I knew in college named Jason who had a fun sponge demon living in it. Nobody wanted him there because he'd walk in the room and be like, "Hi guys," and all the joy would just get sucked out of the room. No matter what you were doing, you could play Mario Kart, eating Doritos with pizza while getting a blowjob, and that dude would make it not fun. And that's what this type of person is. They're miserable people that thrive on other people's misery.
Look, I understand there's people in your life that have been there a long time, or a new coworker even. That they're just the kind of people we're talking about here. And you want to be a nice person, don't. Just get away from them. You'll have a better day. You'll have a better life.
Yeah.
Because all they're there for is to bring you down.
Yeah.
Psychic vampires. Yes, Peter. Exactly.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, I think Kevin Samuels had a lot of good points on this about relationships, but in friendships, Steve Harvey, I think it was, said something that was actually kind of profound for him because he's kind of a pussy. He said, the people that are with you aren't going to go with you.
Yeah.
So some of the people in your life, you're just going to part ways with, and you should, because you can't take everybody with you. Some people are just toxic to your life. And
Yep.
a lot of these people that we watch on these TikToks that are teachers are incredibly, incredibly toxic people.
Yes.
They will bring you down to the lowest level just to make themselves feel a little bit of something.
Just listen to how she talks and look at her facial expressions. This woman is sucking the life out of me.
Yeah, well, because she's miserable harpy, and you can tell. Also, thank you, Comrade Kitty. This person has Starbucks cashier friends. They have to listen to her order and rant, hoping for a tip for dealing with her.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much.
All right, let's get back to the fun sponge here. I like that phrase, Jack.
I know, it's beautiful.
You know, I rely on those people, so I always try to bring it back to that positive point. But I genuinely believe that openness about that sort of thing with students and with young people in general is very important. Because
is she just finding random young people on the street going, my parents hate me?
Well, I mean, rule it out.
Just with students and young people in general. Are you going to like the neighbor's house and they got kids? And you're like, hey, come here. My dad won't talk to me.
I think Comrade Kitty might be right. Maybe she does this shit at Starbucks.
Maybe. Oh my God.
Or waitresses.
That's such a weird thing to say. Okay. All right.
that sort of thing with students and with young people in general is very important.
That's weird.
Students who are questioning themselves need to know that, you know, this is something that LGBTQ adults have gone through and something that they can get through, even if their families maybe don't accept them.
Yeah, if your family doesn't accept them, you can come hump the teacher. That's a reward, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Get a bang of fun sponge.
Yeah, they're usually bad lays too. I've had sex with people like this. Thank you, Frosted Glass. What you're referencing is called Blowrido Bros. Of course, I was more of a super Blowrido World guy myself. I don't get the reference, but I'm assuming that it's probably hilarious. Sorry.
We're going to be wrapping up the show here, Jack. I'll be over on twitch.tv/rantingmonkey playing a video game. I'm not sure which right now, but I do want to kind of end on that point about the fun sponges. Get away from toxic people, man. It's not that hard to do. All you got to do is slowly cut them out of your life. Have an excuse for why you can't hang out. And it might feel mean to cut them out of your life. But believe me, they will find somebody else to make miserable. I promise you, they'll be all right. Just get the fuck away from them because they will do nothing but drag you down.
Yeah. Well, Mario, Doritos, and a blowjob. My bad. Righto. I got it now. Yeah, you're not wrong. Look, you'll make other friends. You'll make better friends. And find some people that, even you can complain about your life, but there's people that thrive on bitching.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really sad to be around. It'll bring you down. You'll be miserable all the time because that's all they do is try and wear you down. And it's just not worth being around. Life's too short for this shit. And I don't like it.
I'm going to give an example. When we turn off the show, I usually bitch to Jack about my life. That's a fair assessment, right?
I wouldn't say that. I'd say venting, but yeah.
Well, yeah, venting. But I try to do it in a way where I am positive because I am a positive person. I really am. I claim to be a cynic, but I'm really actually optimistic. I'm always looking for that silver lining.
Yeah, I'm going
Always.
to break you of that yet.
You can't break it because I am just a positive person. I believe that you can get through anything. And even when I'm bitching, I'm trying to have fun because that's how I deal with shit is fun. I don't understand the people who are like, yeah, everything's bad. We're never going to get past it. I mean, yesterday I spilled a coffee. Do you realize how bad it is to spill a coffee? It got my shirt dirty and then I was late for work. Shut up. I have shit to do. Do you have a real problem?
Yeah, look, I don't have a problem with people complaining about their lives, but it's people like this woman that's all their life is. There's no sense of accomplishment. There's no sense of hope. They have nothing except complaints.
Yep.
They've never done anything remotely interesting. They don't have hobbies. They only complain. And we've all known somebody like this. If you think about it long enough, you'll be like, oh yeah, that one dude. We all know somebody like this. If you work in an office, you probably work with half a dozen of these people, especially if you're working with the lifers that have never gotten out of that job and they fucking hate their job. They're like this a lot.
Yeah, Dixie, Eeyore. Hi,
Yeah.
Pooh. Exactly.
Even Eeyore was at least amusing, but yeah, Eeyore on drugs or on feminism, wokeism.
Eeyore on Xanax and feminism.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now these people are teachers and making TikToks to show you what these poor kids are forced to watch. Anyway.
Yeah, you have to have some hope. As cynical and very much of a downer as I am, even I have hope that things will change. That's why we do this show to point out what's wrong so we can fix it. Nothing is beyond hope. Well, most of the time it's not. Every now and then you get a little hopeless. But look, these people are cynical and they're bad for society. They are a tumor. And it's really, really unhealthy. It's a bad sign for our civilization that we allow these people to constantly bully people into submission.
You mentioned hopelessness. Look, situations can be hopeless, but that's not the only situation in your life. And this is the thing I always try to point to. Look at a bad part of your life that you've gone through already. When you were going through it, it seems like, oh shit, this is never going to end. And you look back now, how long did it actually last? What else was going on in your life? Jack, we all know I'm a cripple. I'm in constant pain and I'm happy because I have a wife and my children and my grandchildren, man. God, they make me laugh. I have friends. I have you. I have the show, the audience. I have so much good in my life that this little thing that I'm having to deal with on a constant basis, fuck it. I don't care. Yeah, there's times it gets me down, Jack.
Well, of course.
But fuck it. I have so much to be thankful for. And I think if people were paying more attention to that, let's say this woman, even if this woman actually did, if we go by her story, she has parents who dislike her. All right. But a bunch of friends, a great support group. Why wouldn't you be happy with that? Why are you talking like Eeyore on Xanax?
Right.
Mel, thank you so much for the sticker. Hang on, let me bring it up so I can see what one it is. Oh, the thumbs up hippo. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I like that one. That's cool.
Me too. I like a lot of the hippo ones.
Yeah.
I like fucking load hippo. That one's cool.
Yeah.
The thumbs up one. Doesn't he have the game over too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Lots of the hippo they did a good job on.
Yeah.
But we are going to wrap up here. Go ahead.
Thank you, Keldrick. I know someone who got into a relationship with somebody who bitches all the time. The fun sponge was so effective, he turned my friend into a fun sponge too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that absolutely is a toxic relationship too, because you will drag everybody around you down. That's why you don't want friends like this. You sure shit don't want to date them. Trust me, I've been there. But they're unhappy people. And like Ebony said, some people choose not to be happy. You have to find some degree of happiness in whatever situation you're in. No matter how miserable it is, if you're locked in a prison for 30 years, you have to find some way to find something to be happy about, or at least something that keep you from going insane. Because being like these people is unhealthy and it's miserable. Nobody should have to deal with that.
I was just in chat. We were told that Rittenhouse settled with The View for $22 million. I don't think that's true. Looking through Google, that claim has been going around for a while, and I don't know why specifically 22 million, but that specific number, I saw it back in August. I saw a May post. So no, I don't think that one's true. I wish it was.
Yeah.
On the
I
other
hope
hand,
he gets more than that.
yeah. On the other hand, I hope they go through the court system and he ends up with 50 million. Fuck them. Dirty harpy lying bitches. Anyway, we are going to wrap up here, Jack. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. We really, really do appreciate it. I'll be over on twitch.tv/rantingmonkey here in just a little bit. The link is below. Thank you for the donations. You guys are so, so kind to us, and we appreciate it. Jack, anything you'd like to talk about?
I'll drop a link to an awesome video. But thank you so much for the donations. You guys are awesome. We greatly appreciate it, especially with Christmas coming up. And you guys have a wonderful day. Do something positive and be the change you want to see.
Indeed. I don't know about the show this weekend, Jack. I have to go out of town for a day. I should be back in time to do a show. I just don't know when it'll be. So tomorrow will be a little bit later than normal because we'll be over with Frosted. And either Saturday or Sunday, I might be running a little bit late as well. The show won't be late because it's not possible for that to happen, but will be later than we try to be. So thank you guys for hanging out. Jack, a pleasure as always.
Always glad to be here.
Guys, have a wonderful night. We will see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
You spend all the money on flowers, you dirty little bitch. I hope one of them you were allergic to.